Brian will let me know. You are live. It says it now. Actually, they fixed the app. It actually says you are live now. Hey, wait a minute. You got a glass of wine? What the hell?
Yeah, I didn't finish this one off the other night, so I'm gonna.
I'm going to have to
I'm in
go.
one of those moods.
Oh no.
Welcome everybody to the Wednesday night live show. We have a special guest today, Lindsey. And Lindsey, I apologize, but I forgot your last name.
Stroud.
Brown. Okay. And Lindsey, you can go ahead and tell everybody what you do and tell us a little bit about your story, how you got to become smoke free. We like to know. We like to know people's stories, how they got to where they're at today. So,
okay. Former staffer, started at the Heartland Institute in 2016, and I was a smoker, so they were kind of just like, "Hey, you can help us out with vaping," because Heartland had actually been writing about vaping since 2012. Some faces I won't publicly call out that had actually been former employees like myself. So I kind of got involved with that. I got involved with like A Billion Lives in 2016, got thrown into everything and just took it over as my policy topic while I was at Heartland. That included, following bills, legislation, whether they related to taxation, flavor bans, regulations, prohibition in some cases. And I did my own podcast, Voices of Vapors, did testimony, wrote op-eds, did a couple of events with Dr. Radu. And then I got laid off unceremoniously in March of this year, and I was unemployed and kind of got bored and took all of the stuff that I did at Heartland and put it into thr101.org. Just to make it an easy to access website to find, your state's data. And I kept it putting it, when I was creating it, I made it like a lawmaker could use this. So it's literally like, if they want to go to their state, thr101.org/your state. And then with that, I've been now, what's the word for it? I've been dealing with all the PMTAs now. I'm a board member of SFATA, board member of THR for Life. So with the PMTAs, it's kind of late in the game, but I've been helping out with the PMTA sharing group and helping people submit their PMTAs on time. And a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork, and now I know why, like, the vapors are my family, because we're all big procrastinators. So I'm not good at talking about myself, sorry.
No, we love hearing. That's why we started this show, was basically for the Sample Box family and doing the member spotlights. But a lot of people are shy and they don't want to come on the video and do video. But we want their stories. We want to know how they got to become, smoke free. And a lot of times, well, I believe like there's some people that are on the cuff, they're not sure, it's not working for them, and just hearing someone else's story, maybe a little trick that they did or something like that can help them along. So that's part of why this show started. But unfortunately, we run into an issue where everybody's camera shy.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm humble, okay? I just don't like, it's like, well, I did all this, but, the only time I'd sit there and go brag about it is if I'm trying to get money out of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when I first started with the Sample Box page many years ago, a lot of people, that's how we started. A lot of people posted like, okay, this is what I did at night. I have the urges at night. This is what I did. I carried a straw around, or I kept something in my hand all the time, just little tricks. And I figure, why not share those with somebody that's in the group? Because we have new members come in all the time. And our page is filled with a lot of, beginning vapors, that are kind of, a week in, 2 weeks in, and they haven't figured out their little tricks that they need to do to get by, or they feel like they're vaping too much e-juice. And I always tell everybody, keep vaping. Fuck, if you vape 30 mils of juice a day, liquid a day, then I get the first. I get the first one for saying juice. I got to say it again. But yeah, vape as much as you have to. I always tell everybody, don't worry about it. If you think you're vaping too much, then it's a lot better than smoking. So, That's why we
Well, I
like.
think you have to look at it by way of comparison too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the milligram count of your nicotine, there's a big difference there. So we're all not vaping 24 milligram.
No,
Most of us
no.
nowadays. So
That's the thing. We talked about that. That's something that's kind of shocking to me because like me and Tim are probably the two oldest vapors that started. We've been vaping a lot, not older, but we've been vaping longer than Tim and then Tom and Brian. But we started the old school way where we started with 24, 18, and started our way moving down. But now we've seen here on those, a lot of people are starting with 6, 3.
Yep.
Some even starting with 3, which hey, if it works, great, But yeah,
I've been doing. It's actually interesting because like I've been doing surveys with THR 101 and also with Safada, and that's one of the questions that we ask is what was the nicotine level when you first started vaping, and what's it now what you're currently vaping? And there's been a reduction. I mean, literally from like the average I think was like 16, and now it's about like 6 or something on the Safada survey when I was looking at it the other day. And we're keeping my survey open for Safada until September 1st. The one I did for my website was kind of just because I've been making those really cool pictures, using that stock graphic. Like this is my age. I smoked for this many years. For this many years. And then, this is what I'm going to do. Flavors are brand and everything. But Safada will be shutting down their survey on like September 1st. So, and we hope to do a whole report with it, just to kind of identify adult consumers and have something that, you can go present to a lawmaker.
Yeah, if you have the link, you could type that in there. People can go and take care of that. Just type it into the chat thing.
On the chat? Yeah. I got to go find it.
Yeah, if you get that link, you could just put it in there. What's up, Dennis? How you doing? Facebook user. I don't know who that is. Megan is on here. Who else? Who's Facebook? Jeremy. I see Jeremy, I think.
I'm trying to find out.
Yeah.
That's Dakota.
Yeah. Dakota. Yeah. If you have any links at all, Lindsay, you want to share with our group here, it's also.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna share my website. Sorry, it's all promotion.
You bet. Put it in there.
Shameless.
See if Brian would have got me that information.
I put a lot of work into that. Okay, that's like every single freaking statement, and they all got like their own 4 separate pages that I built from the ground up, and I had no experience building a website whatsoever. It was just like, I'm unemployed and bored, and I got all this data. Let's do something with it.
Yeah.
You beat me to that last one, Brian.
Brian's fast.
Hey man, you gotta pick it up, man. You and your new PC and stop me.
My PC's not that old. Shut up.
You just gotta know how to work it.
Brian's my stat guy. Brian's my stat guy on both of my shows. On my sports talk show, I mean, we call him Mr. Google. He's Google, man. And so you have reverse roles. So Tim corrects me here, and then you correct Bob on the other show. Brian,
hey, somebody's got to pick up that work along the way.
I gotta be on Tim's side here.
I make less mistakes on the sports show. I make less.
There's no ops or logistics on this show, and I'm not an accountant, so that just leaves me with copy editor. So
and looking for groupies.
Yeah,
his white rain cover band.
Yeah,
we're on the search to find Tim more groupies.
Yes.
Tim is Sebastian Bach. He's just disguising his name as Tim Swift. We all know who he is. Everybody knows.
He let's just be clear. He doesn't come with the greatest reputation anymore. So I don't know if I want to. He's kind of up there with Tommy Lee, and running his yap. So I'm not so sure. I want to lay claim to that one. So
hey, it's a minion.
This is an adult show. No, I'm joking.
Hi, Princess.
Yeah. So think about the kids, man. Who are you marketing to right now?
Yeah. Marketing, Brian. Marketing. Come on now.
It's my daughter. She wanted to give me a hug before she goes to bed.
Does she sleep in that crown?
Of course. My daughter.
I love it.
Crown. Yeah. I couldn't take that thing off her head. I was like, you can't sleep with that. You're going to poke your eye out. No, Daddy. I'm going to be okay.
Yep. I'm fine.
Princess in the sleep, too. Tim's drinking wine. I know Tim is forcing me to get up right now and go open up wine.
Yeah, I didn't know we could drink on this. That's why I didn't have one in front of me.
You can curse and drink on this show.
You can curse.
Well, I try not to curse that much. Okay.
Well, we're real good about
people's
not.
PMTAs, it might happen. So
yeah. You're allowed to on here,
especially lawmaker meetings and stuff. It's not polite to be saying that.
Yeah.
I'm missing lawmaker meetings right now. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm an ex-truck driver, so the F word just comes flying out of my mouth all the time. So just
ironically though, we are pretty good about not cussing. Though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we fucking keep it to a minimum.
Just can't say the J word,
Wait, which J word? I know a few.
J word.
The juice word.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you got one.
I got one now.
Liquid.
Tallies on this at the end of the night. What else do you got going on, Lindsey? Anything else you want to talk about or promote?
Well, I mean, I'm working with Safada, so I'm a newer board member with them. So trying to put them, get them back on the map. And Safada's really done a lot with getting the PMTA sharing group going. And I mean, the big thing with the PMTA sharing group right now is like, we're not doing the testing because there's no labs open because the way that the FDA made it that you could only be in certain labs, and two, COVID and everything. So we're submitting, pretty much everything but the HPHC testing, and Spada's been really good at putting that together. But Shara really is the big woman behind all of that one. I mean, she made it. She made the app to streamline it, where it's very minimal input from the manufacturers just to get something through.
I was hoping they were going to postpone it a little longer.
Well, we think that's going to happen. We're still with all of the guys I'm working with, we're still trudging on that it's due on the 9th, and that we've got it prepared, ready to go. Ideally, we're not going to submit it until it's due because that's when your year starts. That's what you get with technically you do get an extension once you actually submitted your PMTA.
You get the extension, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people don't realize, and that came out of, from what I understand, that kind of came out of I guess that was always that way, but it was really kind of emphasized too with the ruling, that
it's for some of the manufacturers because that kind of helps them still move some product. Otherwise, you're done.
Well, and we also have a big problem too, because how the hell are they going to enforce this?
Right.
I mean, Puff Bar was a really good example. I mean,
look how good cigarettes are kept out of kids' hands. I mean, that's so well enforced.
Oh, can we talk about San Francisco?
Yeah, it's so well.
I mean, I was actually so happy to. To backtrack. I mean, when we got our ass handed to us was with the 2018 National Youth Tobacco Survey.
Yeah.
And if you go through the data, unless you're a whiz, which I am not that much of a whiz, where I can download all these Excel programs and code it myself to figure it out, it's pretty inactive. You can't really access it that easily to figure out what you're kind of looking for. There is a different survey, the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, which is actually broken down by state and broken down by category, and it's all easy. The CDC has it. For the 2019 results, you can get them from a few states that have actually published it, but the CDC is supposed to be publishing the 2019 results in August. And that's the fun one, because that one actually breaks it down in the past 30 days, how many times did you use a vapor product? Some of them even ask, what was the reason why you used a vapor product? And that was really surprising to see that San Francisco had actually took the California survey and broke it down. And they were, in San Francisco, e-cigarette, even though they banned all e-cigarettes in 2020, they banned flavors in 2018, e-cigarette use pretty much doubled. Even daily, current and daily use, went doubled. And then combustible cigarette use, added 2 percentage points, even though for the past decade it's been declining steadily through the years.
You tell kids they can't have something, they want it even more, man.
Well, if you ban it too, I mean, there was an article there was a study that was done in 2015 that found, for every ban you put in place on e-cigarettes, you saw a statistical, like 1% increase on, kids using combustible cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, I did the thing. We looked up, we did some statistics a few shows ago, and it was just a breakdown of sales of tobacco and alcohol in major cities. And inside New York City, what was it? 56%. You had a 56% chance of being sold to a minor. A minor had a 56% chance of buying either a pack of cigarettes or, a 12-pack.
They made that because in New York City, I mean, so much of it's black market.
Yeah.
And they have to actually get the kids being able to buy to compete
these
with
were
people
kids
who are selling it on the street.
Yeah, no, these were actual kids going into bodega, or whatever they call it.
Bodegas, yeah.
And going into a bodega.
Yeah. And
That's where they went. Got sprayed in the face and left.
And they were able to walk in there and buy cigarettes and alcohol, and that's a pretty good percentage. So it was actually, I think it was 56 or 58%, so almost 60% chance. So that's pretty good odds.
If I was in high school, I would have been like that kid. Like, hey, I was always a thrill seeker. I've been like, hey, I'll go buy it for you. I got a good chance of actually. And what happens if you get caught buying it? Like, is it I mean, that's the big thing with vaping that you're seeing now is that, instead of punishing these kids for trying to do this or whatnot, it's like, no, we're going to go punish the manufacturers, but not the kids. Like, oh, hey, kid, go. Actually, we're going to, if anything, it makes it seem like you're trying to tell them to go get these products even more because they're not going to get in any trouble for having them.
Yeah. Right. I mean, there's not much the store owner can do and just say, no, get out of my store. That's about it.
Because I talked to my daughter's high school, her principal, about it. And I found out that what they do is if you get caught with any sort of e-cigarette devices, like, Juuls, anything else like that, they write them a ticket, but then they have them take an anti-tobacco class. And then if they get caught again, then they give them a $25 fine. Then they get caught again, it's another $25 fine. They have to take the class again. It's like, you're not really doing anything. You're not punishing. You know what I mean? Like, there's no punishment for them. They're like, oh, it's $25, but I just bought my Juul, which is like $60. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, I actually saw and especially like with the eval cases, I think it's in Arkansas. There is a school down there that if you get caught with a vaping device, it's up to you to prove that it doesn't have THC in it. And you get an automatic 10-day suspension the minute you get caught with this, and then the burden of proof on you to determine whether it was THC. They're treating every device as if it was a THC device. Yeah, which I applaud them for that.
Yeah, here in California, if you get caught with a lighter in your backpack at school, you get suspended. A lighter. Yeah.
Shit, the last time I got caught smoking in school, it was a 3-day suspension.
Yeah, when I was in high school, that's what it was. Yeah, and if you got caught with marijuana, that was 10 days. You were also going in front of the school board for a possible expulsion. I mean, and that's especially with the vaping devices too.
We had smoking areas. Tim, you too, didn't you? Have a smoking area?
No.
Yeah, we had a thing called the ramp. Yeah, it was sort of like the handicapped access ramp, and all the kids and when I went to high school, they actually allowed smoking.
Yeah.
At that location, it was permitted because at that time it was 16, and we called that group the Grits. That was the name for the smoker kids. Now, granted, I started smoking when I was like 14, but I was not old enough, so it was illegal for me. But the Grits were like the old denim jeans and blue jean kids that listened to like Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet, and they all kind of look kind of crusty, like maybe they lived in that trailer park that you didn't know was in your neighborhood. I mean, it was like those kinds of kids. So they had their own stereotypes. But that's
my high school, they put the smoking area by the bike rack. That's where it was.
I think it was somewhere out back.
You guys had bigger fears going to school than getting caught smoking. I mean, you guys had to run from T-Rexes and shit.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, but I mean, when you guys went to high school, that was. They
had to ride buggies, man.
I mean, when you guys went to high school, that was like the whole Dazed and Confused era. So like
before that,
the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were trapped in a bunch of different genres,
Yeah,
Brian. It was just like, you had like your old classic rockers that were still kind of coming out of the Zeppelin, Stones days, so,
The best
and that
rock
was
and roll there is.
exactly, all the classic rockers, and that was how they were raised by their parents. And then you kind of had, the alternative crowd, which was all like, The Cure and all that sort of like
outfit.
that sort of
The new wavers.
a new wavers and electro music and stuff like that. And then you had the mainstreamers, and then you had rockers and stuff like that. So it was a menagerie of stuff.
Didn't everybody smoke though? I mean, when you go through like
smoked.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
I would say a lot of people smoked. I mean, whether they were open about it or kept it private. I mean,
there's still shame back then.
Yeah, there was only a few girls that would actually go to the smoking area and smoke, but there was a lot of girls that smoked, like Tim's saying, behind closed doors, but they wouldn't
in the bathroom.
Yeah, they wouldn't go.
Or we would sneak out on the weekends, and someone somehow was able to scarf a couple 4-packs of Bartles and James wine coolers, and we're all sitting around with wine coolers smoking cigarettes. I mean, looking back on that, it's kind of comical, but it's relative to today because we understand, kind of how a lot of this manifested itself.
Out here, you had to smoke in the smoking area, but you could actually have a chew in your mouth all day. As long as you
we had the dippers too. We had and they had the stupid little they had the little skull pouches too. Remember those? The skull pouches?
And so you had high school kids walking around with Pepsi cans, spitting in them during class. So it was just great. That's great.
Yeah, and you'd find all these nasty, sealed off bottles that were just black and dark tobacco juice.
You forgot the wrappers. You forgot the wrappers, Tim. And
they were all smoking weed, dude. They were all fucking potheads. So
yeah, they were.
That's a big thing too now. A lot of them are vaping. I mean, I see it all the time when you look at these surveys. When they're like, "Oh, have you vaped?" Like, well, what did you vape? Did you vape nicotine? Did you vape THC? Do you not know what the fuck you vaped? I mean, and that's always amazing, the amount of kids that don't know what they vape. And it's like, okay, why are you coming after the manufacturers? You got a dumb kid right here. Like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm going to put it into my mouth. Like, we're not a failure on at this point.
Give it to Mikey. He won't like it. He hates everything.
Yeah. And we all know they're doing it for the flavors.
Of course.
They're not doing it for the high.
Who cares about the buzz? The buzz is secondary. It's all about that cotton candy flavor.
Well, the one thing though, if you do backtrack, like before Juul came on the market, there was a big study done by the University of Michigan that was just like, they're not vaping nicotine. They are vaping because of flavors. But this is when you're looking at like pretty much open systems at that point. Because when it was done, it was like before Juul and the closed and the pods came on the system. And most of them, I don't even think it's really even flavors. I don't even think it's nicotine. I think most of them are doing because their dumbass friend is doing it.
Yeah.
Dumbass kids.
I mean, I mean, as a vapor, I can honestly understand the allure that flavors make it a little bit more attractive because it's not going to be some nasty tasting thing that they just kind of got to put up with. I mean, if it's going to taste really good, then why not? I mean. But, then I have to switch my brain off and go, but the same thing applies. I mean, it's whether it's flavors or not, it's illegal for them, right? So you could you could take that and push it to the cigarillos, or you could even push it to alcohol and say, why isn't that attractive as well? And that's why it just seems
the cigarillos are tied into the PMTA too. So that's like a lot of the, when you look at like the flavor bans, like, when they always bring up menthol cigarettes, but usually when they do that blanket ban on it, it does include the cigarillos. And even the cigar people will sit there and like, they don't even touch the little cigars because we all know, what are they using the little cigars? They're not really smoking them. Okay. They're gutting them out and putting weed in them. It's a blunt.
Exactly. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. It's no secret. I mean, I don't think anyone here is, unaware that this is an adverse attack on something else for other reasons.
Well, it should have never, if you looked at the PMTA, I mean, it shouldn't have all been put together.
What did I miss?
Look at John.
What Brady Bunch
John
conversation was missed up top?
John left and came back, and he's got a big ass bottle of wine.
Like, I hate you.
I'm gonna go and grab a beer myself, guys.
I'm an influence. Hey, look, when this bottle's gone, I'm gonna match Brian and hit the cider after that. So
I got.
Look, he's got the Angry Orchard gut buster going on.
I have two sizes here. Come on now.
I'm not touching the sponsor's drink. The Sky Vodka's staying back there. Nobody's touching it. So
they're a sponsor?
Not for this show. Sports show.
Oh.
You're going to have to teach me how to get sponsors, okay? Once I'm done with all these PMTAs, I got to monetize THR, okay? I need help on it.
I didn't know. I'm just kidding. Anything else going on? With the
with the PMTAs, especially, I mean, if you look at the PMTA sharing group, I mean, we've been doing videos for the past.
Oh, I thought she froze there. She did freeze. I was like, she had to freeze. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. They all came out of the woodwork, and it's like literally a month. Like, I love the vapors, but at the same time, like, why weren't you starting your PMTA before now?
Yeah,
because we procrastinate everything.
That was my question to you. What are you getting from them? Do you feel like they're prepared? They're unprepared? They're just way beyond.
I think they're unprepared. But if you look at the whole process, I mean, there was never, no association or group or any, throughout the entirety of it. I mean, the PMTA started August 8, 2016. Okay. I mean, and they finalized it in like May of 2016. And that's literally when I started working at Heartland. So I do remember going over all these rules, but there's always been steps to it. You had your registration. Yeah.
So hold on a second, because I remember that as well. It was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you think about the guys that are today that are unprepared, but those same guys put out 6 different lines with 12 different flavors in each line, knowing that eventually this date, well, actually it was the end date was when well,
originally it was supposed to be like 2021, but
yeah.
Well, it was actually supposed to be like 2018 first, but then I got moved.
Right, exactly. And that's what blows me away, is because some of them did cut their lines. I've noticed that here, like this with the last year, some of the companies said, hey, you know what, we can't have 6 different lines with 5 different flavors in each line. We're going to have to take the best sellers out of each one of these lines and just kind of minimize what we're putting out there, because they've seen, obviously, what are they figuring? 150,000 up or more, actually?
Well, the PMTA sharing group has made it like pretty much what everyone's actually submitting isn't really like how we envisioned it. Like, all of us were looking at it like you have to do a separate PMTA for every product.
Right.
And the way that we're doing it in the PMTA sharing group, I mean, it's got everything but the HPHC on it, but instead of a different PMTA, all of your products are in one module. Because, you don't need a lit review for every single product. You don't need your SOPs for every single product. They're all going to be the same over all of them. The big part is that HPHC testing, and that's where we're working, not me specifically, but people I'm working with are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to get HHS and the White House. And also, once these people submit their PMTAs, to go to their congressional person and be like, hey, check out what I did. Look at how erroneous it is, and let's work on a solution that fits everybody,
Right.
And there's no reason for you to have to sit there. Excuse me. There's no reason for you to have to sit here and test every single strength of your nicotines. You can do your highest nicotine and you can do your 0 nicotine, and then everything in between should be okay, because it doesn't matter the volume of nicotine. It just matters that there's nicotine in there for that chemical reaction to do.
Yeah. FDA has been testing nicotine for the last 100 years. They know what nicotine can do and what it can't do.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that they're putting it on these companies. That each
We got two guys from up in the Midwest because I was talking to somebody about it today because I know one of the angles is right now it's like this one size fits all PMTA doesn't work. And it's like, fuck that. Let's go into like the dairy industry is what I was looking at. I was like, small business owner, a dairy farm. Does every single cow have to be tested to make cheese curds in Wisconsin? I mean, seriously.
They should.
No.
Oh, we could always ask Tom.
And I mean, that's like, and that's
I don't
the
work on a farm.
The USDA or whatever and stuff. I mean, when I think of just milk and what comes into every grocery store where a little kid can go and grab it.
Exactly. Well, also, I mean, it's not like it's not the way it was 10 years ago. These guys, they're actual distribute labs that are making these juices for all these companies. I don't know, a lot of people don't realize that, but it's one lab making the same, well, not the same juice, but making I said juice, god damn it, liquid for 10 different companies. So let's take that.
And why do those companies have to do it and that lab has to go and do the same PMTA?
Right. And that's what blows me away. It's just like, wait a minute, we've come a long way from making e-liquid at home to where we're at today, because there's no way the home guy could keep up volume for today's consumer. It's impossible. The labs are doing it, and these labs are all over the country. They're all certified labs. These are labs that they don't just make e-liquid; they make chemicals and medicine and all other stuff.
It's all ISO labs.
Right, they're all ISO 2000. I don't know 2002. I don't know what the numbers are, but
it is.
You know what I mean. It's just, to me, it's just like, okay, if they want to go that route, that's just ridiculous. Then just take the information that lab already has those numbers. I mean, don't get me. I mean, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but as far as the company, why can't the company just go, hey, give us the numbers, give us the data for our line. Take that data, give it to the FDA, and you're done.
Well, yeah, on all the flavor companies. I mean, I've had to sign a lot of NDAs with people because they got to protect their recipes. And like going through the recipes,
that's another thing.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the same recipe. Okay, they might just have different numbers, but it's like you got the same ingredients as this fella does in this random ass state.
Yeah.
But it's like, why don't the flavor companies have to do that? And it's kind of redundant. But I mean, what I'm looking at, and I keep telling everybody too, especially the people who are still on the fence of doing their PMTA. Like, I'm a person that, I'm going to do it. Like, you got two options. You do nothing or you do something. I mean, does it suck? Absolutely. But there's no other option. But it really just comes down to, like, you're trying to be in the game, but also looking at the FDA. As much as we hate the FDA, okay, first of all, the PMTA right now is ran on a court thing. It's not, the FDA has no discretion over it. It's the courts that are ordering them to do this and everything.
Right.
So, but they've got Congress coming at them. They've got the Karen mothers coming at them. I mean, they've got I hate the FDA for all reasons because it's like, it just plows at pharma.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're necessarily our enemy right now, because I do think that if you look at the eval that happened last year, there was no point where the FDA could have actually recalled the product.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even have the capability to know what all the products were that were out there.
Yeah.
Let alone whether it was only I'm not under the impression that it was only THC. I would not be surprised if there was some nicotine containing liquids, especially with the lack of regulation surrounding stuff. But if you look at, like, if there was something wrong with a head of lettuce, on a crop, the FDA would be able to recall it.
Right.
They would know the exact location it was picked and the goddamn name of the guy that picked.
Yes.
But
that's what they want here.
Yeah, well, we couldn't figure out who was selling the bogus THC, but they couldn't figure that one out. But they could tell you who picked that piece of lettuce in Lancaster.
And that's what I think they're looking for here. It's just some oversight. So when it happens again, if there is, a vaping related, and God forbid with these flavor companies, let's say, for example, that like one of the flavor companies, their banana flavor, something's wrong with this batch, instead of like shutting everybody down, they can literally pinpoint it to that flavor company and be like, okay, hey folks, if you use this, recall all of your stuff so we don't have a problem.
Right. Recall this batch number, not the entire
I think
industry.
I hope that a lot of people realize that, the FDA is only doing what Congress wants, because the FDA, pretty much 60% of their funding comes from Congress. Congress sets their budget. So,
well, the Center for Tobacco Products is completely funded by user fees.
yeah. So
that came out of the MSA.
Yeah. I mean, it
I'll
just.
be so glad when that runs out.
Yeah. Well, that is, what is that? That's not too far off.
2025?
I don't think it does run out. The MSA is in perpetuity.
Oh.
As long as there are cigarette sales, there is money going.
I think it has to go back into the system and renegotiate some sort of settlement for. I think they were. It's supposed to go to 2025. I don't know what the date was, but then I think it goes back into, like, some court.
Not for the states.
Yeah, and they
maybe for CTP, but not for the states. Because you've got states you've got like Michigan that is giving away their MSA funding to like 2034 or whatnot.
Yeah.
And California, that depends on their MSA payments to not go bankrupt as a state.
Oh, California, you got West Virginia that, they use MSA money to fix their teachers' pension. In 2000 in Illinois, you're talking, so like literally 2 years after the MSA was signed, they actually used their MSA funding to give a one-time property tax relief to everybody in Illinois. Yeah. If I was around and smoking, I would have walked up to people and been like, "You own a house? Awesome." I would have blown smoke in their face and been like, "You're welcome."
Yeah, they're not using I love it. They're not using the MSA money for what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, there's a stat out there for that.
And what's sad, it's written out on there. The CDC, correct, is who.
I'm grabbing a beer, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're the ones that tell each state how much to use of that money, and it's ridiculous how many of those states don't even use that money for that funding.
Well, the MSA,
it's supposed to be a harm reduction.
To use like 10% of your funding,
right?
That you get, and from both taxes and the settlement payments.
Well, the MSA has agreed to pay a minimum of $206 billion over the first 25 years, and I think that's where you guys are looking at the 25-year thing. So
yeah, it's in perpetuity. It's the largest lawsuit ever. As long as cigarette sales, but like I've talked with the tobacco companies, and we've talked about the MSA, where these attorney generals that did it thought that it was such a big win, but it was like, the tobacco companies didn't pay shit. It was all the smokers who were paying for it.
Yep. Well, I actually talked to a doctor here in town and chit-chatted for a bit.
Did he charge you?
They had no clue what the MSA was. No.
Yeah, of course not.
So I filled them in. They're like, "Where'd you read this at?" I'm like, "This has been ongoing for quite a long time."
Yeah, it is.
And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "You just really need to do your research and look it up, and then your eyes will open up a little bit." And they were very surprised that I knew this and they didn't know it. Now I'm like, okay, if it's one doctor out of all of them,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's a doctor. I went to Michigan where they have term limits. When I went to Michigan last year, and I broke down because Michigan got like the worst MSA payments. I know they talk about California, and I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't have to start paying for it. So they took it out in like 2006. They took it out again in 2007. And it was funny. I'm sitting there talking with senators, breaking it down for them. And the staffer that had been there, he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's when we securitized it." And I was like, "Yeah, you securitized this loan. You ended up paying like 4 times what the loan is. And you're paying it based off of smokers."
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You have less and less smokers every year, so there was really no way for you to shore up on this as far if you were even paying attention to your ledgers. But I was just amazed that these lawmakers had no idea about it, and I was like, "Wow, you guys are really giving a whole argument against term limits right now." I mean, seriously.
It doesn't shock me.
Yeah, it does not.
I know. Back when I managed some shops and stuff, I talked to one of our senators. I think it was one of our senators, one of our reps. Anyways, he was actually my old high school social studies teacher. So he knew me and I knew him and chat about vape stuff. And he told me one thing. He said, I don't want to know how a car runs. I just need to know where I need to go to fix it. Yeah. Same with the vape stuff. He's like, I don't need to know how everything works. I just want to know if there's reputable people for consumers to go to get answers. I said, absolutely. But then he still had no idea what the MSA stuff and everything behind it, not everything. I'm like, okay, if we're dealing with, like Lindsay was saying, many other people who don't know what a lot of the stuff is, how are they supposed to make a credible decision on this stuff?
Right.
They don't. I mean, if you look at everything now, it's all been, I mean, for the past year and a half, it's all been, I read a headline. I mean, perfect example was Mitt Romney last year and the whole, half the Utah kids are vaping. And it's like, no, Mitt Romney, actually, Utah kids vape less than the national average. I mean, if you bother to actually go and look at your actual youth studies in your state, but they don't. I always said it best about lawmakers is like they love numbers and they love bullet points, but they don't listen to them. I mean,
he's got a lobbyist in his ear barking.
Well, he's got a lobbyist, and then also vaping. I mean, I never thought it was going to get as sexy as it got last year, especially with the vaping lung injuries. And I had never, like, when I had lawmakers actually listening to, like, when I was sending them out stuff, I was like, wow.
And let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, do you think Trump would have had that sit down if that hadn't taken place?
The rally?
Yeah.
It's really hard to say no on that one.
I think no. I don't think it was TV time whatsoever.
I think that, like, and Trump loves a crowd, and ATR did a really good job with the We Vape, We Vote, and everything. And it really does come down to small business. And I think that's what we're kind of losing the messages right now when it comes to a lot of, especially because Mitt Romney, he's a Republican. Yeah, he's a rhino, but at the same time, less regulation, less red tape. That should be our angle here. Like, I'm really done with the kids argument at this point because the solution doesn't lie in any federal legislation. It lies in local and super hyper local. Like, you work with the vape shops, the high school, and the health board, and come up with a plan that you guys are doing undercover shoppers and figuring out who the bad players are.
Yeah, I don't think for 1 second Trump believed those kid numbers. Just the look on his face.
Well, you know what it is, that Barron got caught with a jewel, right?
Yeah. I've heard that rumor.
That's a rumor, but I don't think that kid could take a shit without his dad knowing. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why you could do one. Yeah.
Or at least Secret Service going, hey, wait a minute.
He's got one of the Secret Service wiping his ass. So there's no.
Yeah, but a lot of it is theater too, right? It's all optics. So if you find something, a forbidden fruit or something that's bad, and then optically you can come out in front of America because we're only we're a small percentage in the greater pie. If it looks as though you're doing something to help or make something better, then in other people's eyes, that makes you look good.
Though, and that's what pisses me off about this whole narrative is because it's middle-class white kids who are getting caught with these fucking products and that are vaping, and it's their moms going insane. If you break down any Latino kids tend to be overrepresented too in your youth surveys, but it's middle-class white kids.
Yeah.
Where was all of these parents with the opioid epidemic?
Yeah.
And FDA fucking approved those pills, like they're FDA approved.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so much hypocrisy involved in the middle of it. I'm just saying, from a politician's perspective, it was pretty obvious that even when Melania came out and she had her whole little,
she caught Barron. She was the one who caught him.
Right, and then she had to have her congregation of children and parading them up, and them all apparently being so overly educated that they could speak on political topics in front of the nation about how they're watching their fellow students ruin their lives by getting involved with it. It was I wish dramatic, and that sells votes.
Yeah, I wish she would have just stuck with maybe school lunches. Just stayed away from the vaping because someone put that in her mind. I find it very hard to believe whether I know it's bullshit rumor.
She didn't do school lunches. That was Michelle. She did the bullying thing.
Yeah.
She should have just stuck with the sandwich. But somebody told, well, what I heard is somebody was barking in her ear, hey, you got to do something.
Hold on. Yes, Dennis. It's shall I pinky up for you, sir?
Yeah, I'm drinking the
Oh,
wine.
see?
But so, like I said, somebody approached her in the administration and said, hey, you got to do something. You got to come up with, all the other first ladies had lunches, and they had something that was going on to help their husband.
She's got to be like Nancy Reagan light. Let's go attack this. I mean,
because I find it, we all know that's a bullshit rumor. He didn't have no fucking jewel. I'm sorry. That can't go nowhere. Yeah, that kid could absolutely go nowhere without the parents knowing or the Secret Service knowing.
The Secret Service isn't going to walk into the bathroom. They can't do it if he's in a school because they can't go in there with the other little kids, And I mean, he could easily get one. So he's Barron Trump. He's the coolest kid of them all.
So it had to be an organization like PAVE or one of the other ones barking down her ear saying, hey, if you're going to do something or you're going to represent something here, here's this epidemic that's just killing all these children all over the world that are vaping. Take on, because I could tell that maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. But I think Trump wishes she would have just never said anything about vaping.
Oh, he said that. I wish I would have never fucking gotten involved with that vaping thing.
Yeah, because I think he wishes.
They have the same sentiment. So many,
I think he wishes he could go back into time and tell her not to bring up vaping.
He's like, part of me, like, go back to 2016 and pick a different policy.
Please take up school lunches or do something, Go after, I don't know, for the same clothes for every kid that goes to school. Take on that issue.
This is actually, and since you asked what I was doing too, another thing I'll be working on like September 10th. And I've been wanting to do this for like the past 2 years because I've been going to like committees and everything. And this is the problem. What I see in the vaping industry is the right voices aren't getting out in front of the lawmakers. And so what I wanted to do for the past 2 years is I want to get like an army of old people, average age 62, and literally have them run up the committee room. And that's all they sit here and say is the same thing that those graphics look like. This is my age. This is my name, my district. I've been voting for this many years. I'm this many years old. I've been smoking for this many years. I've been vaping for this many years. And this is the flavor I'm vaping. Have them wave their device around and just boom, like boom, boom, boom. 20 of them, less than 5 minutes.
I volunteered John and Tim for that.
I'm busy.
He's got to put his hair up, though. I mean, sorry.
So I'm not doing the man bun thing.
You don't have to do the man bun thing. You can do a nice little ponytail in the back and everything. But
big old
when I went to
the Princess Leia buns.
People,
do you know how big a bun could be? Like,
wow.
I want many mouse buns, actually, both sides.
2 little puff balls right up here.
So, Lindsey,
with the part right down the middle. Yeah.
Just, I know you probably don't know the numbers, but we probably do. You might do. Out of 100%, how many companies you think are ready?
Well, that's a bit. Well, how many companies do I think are actually doing the PMTA, or how many are ready out of that one?
Yeah, the second one.
Actually, I mean that interests me because there, to us, I don't know, as outside observers, because we don't really. I mean, our dog in the fight is keeping vaping alive, right? So you've got to.
You should be telling these people to go do their PMTAs.
Yeah. Well, right, and so what's interesting to me is that just from an observer standpoint, it feels like a lot of people are throwing in the towel early. You know what I mean? Like they're like, screw all this. I don't want to deal with any of it. It's never going to work anyway. It's all the exasperation. Yeah, or that too, right? So yes, how many companies? I mean, what's the percentage of out of 100? What's the percentage of companies that are actually interested in pursuing it?
Not that many.
Wow.
I mean, I should know more. I'm a new member of Zapata, so I can't tell you exactly how many, vaping companies there are. But seeing the numbers on the group and stuff, it seems like, it's not very many. I'm hoping that I've been sitting here telling people, 100% of the tobacco companies are going to be filing their PMTAs for their own e-cigarette products.
Do
It's
you
gonna look really shitty if it's only 10% of the vaping industry doing it.
do you feel that some of the smaller companies are waiting to see what the big boys do?
Well, the big boys are putting one in. There is like you've got 3 different PMTA sharing groups going on.
Let me restate that. Do you think they're waiting to see what the big boys what they're going to put out? I mean, as far as what they're because let's be honest here. Some of the big companies have 5-6 lines,
like Sad Boy.
Yeah. So, are you think that they're waiting to see because let's be honest. This banana tastes like this banana. This custard banana tastes just like this custard banana.
I don't think you can do anything though. I mean, the PMTA, and it's not even so much what the FDA has put out. You've got Congress on FDA's ass right now. That is literally. I mean, the Indian guy in my neighborhood is like, they're pretty big on like, we want a list of all the companies. Because what I'm assuming the FDA is going to do is they're going to go through their TP numbers, see who went and applied and who didn't. And they're going to have to come up with a plan to enforce them not being compliant.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can wait to go submit, it's pretty much like black and white that you have to submit your PMTA by this date to be on market, and I think if you try to do it after that date, for order to be on market, it's not, you don't get a year. It's got to be approved.
Yeah.
So is there a way that like shops can find out who's actually like trying to do the process and try
I'll let you know. I will let you know and become a Safada member, and I'll let you know that because that's one of my things I've told Safada that we have to be on. Because
it'd be kind of important for shops to support those who are trying to do something.
Well, also not only that, like, can the FDA come down and shut you down for selling an illegal product because you're no different than a drug dealer at that point?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm more concerned about is these like small, shops that don't make any of their own liquid and they just get other people's stuff. And
that's going to be such a strain on law enforcement.
They're
already strained as is.
Yeah. What I was getting at is basically the smaller companies figuring what flavors to put out for PTN.
They can do all their flavors.
But that's right. But that's what I'm saying is you feel that they're waiting to see what the big boys are going to put out first before they kind of step in and say, okay, they're not going to have this flavor. Let's, because it's going to come to a point where even the small guy is not going to be able to say, okay, this is my top seller, but it's not going to be my top seller anymore because the big boy is going to put that out as one of their flavors, that they're going to get listed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe.
Well, you're talking about the testing and stuff. Like right now, it's kind of
tested and approved. Then it becomes a product that they can use. So, so for a small guy, he's not going to take a chance on putting this out if he knows the big boy is going to put something out similar to it because it's not going to sell.
Well, if they've got stuff in their stock, I don't see why they wouldn't. And I've been telling all my clients that anything you got a TP number for, go and do it because it's that part of like the way that Shar had built the app. It's really not that hard for you. Those are all just descriptions for each one of your products. It's not. Now, when it comes to the testing part of it, that's where they're going to have to probably pick and choose what they want. But also,
so you're
a lot can change.
As a small company. Say you're making 10,000 bottles and you're selling, I don't know, 8,000 a month or whatever. But if you have a vanilla custard that's going to compete against, all right, I'm not going to throw out a name. Let's just say Kilo.
There's a bunch of vanilla custards out there. Okay, all my clients, and like 10 of my clients all got their own vanilla custard.
Everybody's got a vanilla,
and the recipe is probably extremely similar.
Raspberry cotton candy, same thing.
But Tom,
or bubble gum.
Vanilla custard's from England. It's a special vanilla.
They use Madagascar vanilla beans.
It was just mineral water in here from the Provence of France.
It's aged in the cellars of fucking Napa Valley in wooden barrels, dude. So for 6 months,
you can smell the tannins in it.
That's where I get. That's where I kind of have because I'm an influencer on Instagram. And I take pictures for a lot of different companies, and
I want to see your pictures, man.
Smile King 40 on Instagram.
Don't start.
Shameless
don't start
plug.
this with
Shit.
it, because last time we did this, it took like an hour and a half.
I see, the progression. Over the last 9 years, I've seen, many companies come and go. And one of the companies that just couldn't do it no more, they're done. It was Artist Liquids out of Washington. I mean, I felt so bad for him because he was done. He couldn't do, after that last fiasco. And, he opened up another store, and then he opened, he tried to change it up a little bit. He made it vape and wine, not wine, but vape and beer.
Nice.
So
Okay.
like craft beers, all different kinds of craft beers.
Sherwin did in North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I've seen it. So it's like, okay, and come on, honestly, we all have vaped. Let's stick with vanilla custard. A vanilla custard that tastes the same in every fucking line there is out there, but because it says so and so on it, it's the best vanilla custard in the goddamn world. No matter who else makes it or who else likes what other brand. So to me, that's where the small guy. I feel sorry for the small guy because, unfortunately, they are going to have to sit back and wait to see what the big guys do because they don't want to have competing flavors. Because
they have to wait. They can wait for the HPHC testing, but at the same time, like right now, this part of the PMTA, you can't wait. You got to get it done. I mean, because you're done. If they, and we still think it's going to get extended, but you're just going to be done. You can't have your product on the market after that.
Hey, it's my show, Jeremy. How could it be a shameless plug? It's the Smile
Shameful
show. But yeah, I see what it's just, to me, it's frustrating. I feel sorry for because I've seen little guy. And like when I started doing my pictures, I avoided all the big companies. I said, look, you know what? I want to take on the smaller companies and I want to do their pictures because those are the guys I want to represent because they're the hardworking guys. They're the ones that are well, out.
They're also, no offense. I mean, I love them all, but like the big thing, right now, when you break down what the FDA is looking for you, besides when you take out all the testing, right? They're just looking for some oversight on your company, like the standard operating procedures.
Right.
Big thing, I mean, do you have a clean room? What do you do with your nicotine? It's considered a hazardous, product in most places. What do you do? Like, if you're selling to people, what's your youth prevention plan? I mean, that's where I'm more worried.
Exactly. You're right, Lindsay. That's exactly because I've heard that from other companies talking about getting that together, getting that information.
The SOP is the biggest part because that's like to show, okay, perfect example. I want to say it was last week with its SBA 10 out in Florida. One of these Republican, state representative was like, they don't want any regulations at all. And it's like, no, we do want some regulations, but we want reasonable regulations. So let's play with and then the SOP, every business should have one. That is your fucking procedure. So like that anybody, if you died, somebody could come in and still make your, you would be able to still continue on with your business. I mean, that's literally like every company should already have these.
Yeah.
And I understand, especially why these smaller places, these smaller mom and pops, especially like I've got a couple guys that, they do it by themselves or they've been doing it, for the past like 6 years with like 2 of their buddies and everything. And it's like, that's great and all, and that it in your sleep. But
yeah, I'm not talking about those smaller companies. The smaller companies that I'm talking about they're still using labs to produce their e-liquid, but they're just lower volumes. So
yeah, okay.
Instead of 100,000 units of one
co-packing.
Yeah, exactly. And those are the guys I feel sorry for, and those are the guys that literally will have to wait to see what the big boy.
I got a guy who's got a co-packer, and he's still doing his own, and I think the co-packer's doing it as well.
Good for him, man. Because I mean, that's the part that kind of makes me sad because it's just like, okay, and some of these guys, as well as I do, that they've been around a long time. They've been around a long time. They have a great following. They don't have that mega following or that nationwide or worldwide following that some of these other companies have.
They still have customers that they got off cigarettes.
Right. They'll have their regional following.
So I hope that those guys stick it out and do what's necessary because a lot of these guys, and it's going to be on the labs as well because the labs are like they're going to have to produce that. They're going to have to show nicotine dates. How long has that barrel been sitting there? Where did it come from? How long has that flavor been there? How long is it, what batch did this go into? They're going to have to do it. And I'm hoping that the labs follow suit and make sure that these smaller companies, not just the big boys, get that information back to the FDA. So, and then the FDA,
the big thing too,
they're going to realize they're the same fucking batch numbers because there's 30 different lines coming out of that one fucking lab, so it's just, they're not saying, oh, this barrel nicotine's for these guys, that's barrels for that. No, dude, they're pumping out one barrel nic for every line. There's no difference. There's no difference.
Well, another thing too with doing your PMTA also is going to your lawmakers with it.
Yeah.
I've told a couple, I've told a couple of people, hey, if you get it done, print everything out. It's gonna be like this big and whatnot. But next time you go to the Capitol, lug it with you and be like, hey, homie, this is what I just had to go do. I mean, it just takes you, and there is I'm working with everybody to get their PMTAs done, but we're not done after that. We're still lobbying HHS. We're still gonna be trying to work with the White House. We're still gonna get people to talk to their lawmakers, be like, emphasize that they are as compliant as they can be, and that we need some wiggle room, but we can't just go up to the table empty-handed. We got to go give them something, you know.
Right. What do you think the length of process for each this should be good. But what do you think general? Just say Tim sends his form in for his line. How long do you think Tim's going to wait to get a response from the FDA? Hold on, let me give you a sound effect for that one.
What's my epitaph gonna read? What was that?
Still waiting.
Yeah, you're the e-juice company. You just sent your PTMAs to the FDA. How long is Tim waiting for a response?
Because they're not going to have the HPHCs. I imagine it won't be that long till they get rejected. I mean, that's probably, don't quote me on that or anything. I don't know.
Before Tim finishes that bottle of wine, too late.
It's a collaborative effort, but all right, our whole point in there is to, the big thing, like I said, is the SOPs. You're not making these in your freaking bathtub,
What the good thing is like you said in the beginning, once he has turned that in, he's continued.
1 year. You got 1 year, baby.
You can continue to sell your product and be left alone. And a lot of times that year might be what,
dude, a lot of things can happen in a year.
100,000 bottles of vanilla custard sold from that.
And by the way, talking with some people, I know that I'm libertarian. I lean kind of center right or whatnot, but Biden isn't completely against the industry.
Oh God, if he gets in there, game over. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. There's the one thing that happened with the Eve Ally is that a perfect example. When I was sending out, because I was going through when I was at Heartland, literally every Sunday I would go through the state health department's findings because they were actually doing a better job recording anything than what the goddamn CDC was. And so I'd write up a summary and I sent it out to every single state lawmaker. I had an Arizona guy call me, a Republican once, and he's like, so what you're saying is that this is likely caused by THC. And I was like, well, yeah, overwhelmingly. I was like, not all of it. And he's like, well, how do we deal with that? And I was like, I hate to tell it to you, but maybe you should legalize it so you can actually regulate it. And his comment was like, yeah, and I'm a Republican and I'm leaning towards that too. But I mean, you cannot take, there's no, another perfect example, Puff Bar. Puff Bar is off the market, and so are 9 other disposables. How many other disposables are out on the market already though? I mean, 400 plus more.
Still coming.
So you knocked out this one, but it's literally, it's like whack-a-mole. Oh, you got this guy, but here comes this guy. I mean, it's.
Well, we talked about this.
I liked that game when I was a kid. Come on.
We talked about the one state that's doing it right and why no one else is doing it. We talked about this on the show, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Why is
that 40% tax? Are you serious?
No, but it's working. Nobody's bothering them. They're selling.
Well, yeah, because it's really hard to bother them when you shut a third of them down in 2016.
They did, but a lot of them are still open. And what counts is people are still getting their juice and quitting smoking. That's right. the bigger picture. So the bigger
But they
picture
can lower that tax rate down from 40% to something a lot more reasonable.
is 40% better than
Right.
me. Is 40% better than me only having one fucking flavor to choose from for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
There.
No, you can have two, tobacco or menthol. I mean,
Oh man.
Menthol's technically they're both still flavors.
Yes, we
depends on what state you're in.
yeah, that's the other problem. Yeah, if it has, because most of the tobaccos, we've all vaped tobaccos, and I tried the other day to think of one flavor I vaped or one company that I had vaped that was strictly tobacco, and I looked on my shelf, I couldn't find any. Everyone had either vanilla in it, custard, some sort of nut, alcohol.
Actually, I've got a couple of guys' recipes I've seen that's only had only tobacco in it. Actually,
Straight tobacco.
yeah, so straight like our tobacco type blend, as far as I could see from there, and like what that ingredient was titled.
Yeah, well, what the blend part is the tricky part, because tobacco blend with what? Like a nut? Because most of them are mixed with some sort of a nut flavor or a vanilla flavor.
Well, this one was straight up just, it was this blend. That's all they put in their liquid.
Unless they have a tobacco plant that tastes like a vanilla, then it's just not going to happen.
True.
Maybe in North Carolina they have this batch of tobacco that's grown in the back country where it tastes like vanilla.
We're not going to talk about the north or the hill country of North Carolina.
Well,
What they grow.
North Carolina too. Like, I've got a buddy who won't let me go and publicize. Like, North Carolina actually takes part of their MSA money and gives it to the tobacco farmers.
Yeah,
because of how screwed they got.
Do you want me to play the banjo song for you?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Tennessee.
I'm not from there either.
But flavors are interesting too, because when like the surveys that I've been doing with Cicada and the surveys with like THR 101, overwhelmingly fruit flavors. Overwhelmingly. I've had a couple guys. Actually, I got one old guy who he vaped like nothing. I was like, wow, you just really like the like smoking, the vaping, smoking side of things. Yeah. And because I was like, what would you do if flavors banned? Nothing. I was like, of course not. You don't care.
Yeah. Well,
wait a minute.
Overwhelmingly fruit flavors.
Hold on. Well, there's hold on.
Go ahead, Tom.
He only vapes VGPG mix.
Apparently, I didn't go in that many details. It was pretty easy survey, so they would actually do it. I mean, flavor. You can't have multiple pages or more than 5 questions. So.
I've never tried that, but I'm sure that those two have some sort of. There's got to be a flavor base behind those two.
There's got to be some kind of a taste there.
I've got one of my clients that has they've got a non-flavor, and there's nothing in it. Going through the recipe and stuff,
yeah, that's weird.
So, do those who just have just say VG and nicotine, do they still have to register all their stuff then?
Yeah.
So I thought
still an end product.
Yeah.
Well, because does that not include everything that's not e-liquid? I mean, that's all PMTA required as well, right?
All of your devices have to be registered.
That's a coil, a tank, a mod, an ego pen, a fucking anything.
Well, I think
the hose in the squonk bottle.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, Lindsay. Maybe you can correct me, but for that product to be, for that company or that product to claim that it's harm reduction, it has to pass FDA. Otherwise, they could still sell the product. They could just never say it's part of harm reduction, correct?
So that's a different application within the PMTA process. That's the modified risk tobacco product. Yes, the MRTP.
Yeah. So China can keep pumping shit out as long as they don't claim that it's harmful.
No, China would have to go through every product has to go through the actual PMTA just to have market authorization to make any claims. They have to go through the MRTP process.
Okay.
And there's only been, you had the winter snooze or something, and then you've got IQOS that got one. And IQOS didn't even get a real one. They got a quote unquote
pass. It's what they got.
Yeah.
FDA, they're all things tobacco, and the FDA really is all for pharma. So
they got one of these. Somebody pulled their wallet out.
Yep.
And said,
IQOS though, You know, it took me a while, and I still smoke a couple cigarettes a day, guys. So please don't get mad at me. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I smoke a lot more now, but like, and I said, and part of me is like, I'm gonna go back to smoking like a pack a day again after doing it.
Oh God!
I'm not. Okay? I'm not. But the IQOS, especially like 2 years ago when I got one, lovely. Especially for some like smoker. And no offense, you vapors, you know, you guys are all kind of like, you walk
What do you
into a
mean,
vape
you
shop.
vapors, Lindsay?
Well, and you walk into a vape shop and it's like, you ain't from around here. Like, well, awesome. Like, this is so welcoming right now. You guys are so fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West when you walk into a vape shop sometimes, especially like if you're not from around there. You kind of get like everyone's looking at you all at one time, and you kind of
going to a dive bar.
They think
you have to prove yourself.
you're a narc.
Stay there. It's the weirdest thing. Like I've been to many different vape shops around the U.S. and that's what it is. Like,
They
who are
think
you? Why are you here?
Yeah, they think you work for the FDA. They're spying.
It's a little bit better, but I remember like in 2017 or something, I was going around and I was still like, I hadn't been vaping yet. Then I walked into one vape shop to help like show some Heartland event about vaping or something. And this guy, you know, is behind the counter. He's got tattoos up to his neck and everything. And he's like, yeah, I can tell that you're a smoker. I'm like, motherfucker, like, yeah, really, at you? Like, you're coming at me? Like, okay.
You don't know me. Yeah.
And I just think of Bill Hicks too when it comes to the
like
vapor.
this.
Yeah, I was actually at Atlanta one time, and I'd come back from a
Wait,
road
you're talking
trip.
about Atlanta. Hold on, I gotta listen. Go.
I was there for our showcase there,
Winston.
and I was coming back from Atlanta up to here, and we stopped at a vape shop because we
In
had
Atlanta.
It was outside of Atlanta, actually, like an hour and a half, I think, north.
You went that far outside of Atlanta for a vape shop?
They were on their way home. Didn't you hear the story?
Listen here.
Okay.
Are your hearing aids turned up all the way?
Tim, don't make me put you in timeout.
Hold on. Let me check. Let me check. Okay. Go.
Okay. So anyways, like we would go into different shops, and like that's the looks I would get because like nobody knew me. I would walk in the shop, kind of wander around, and like I always get looks. And one shop actually was very interesting. For us to show them our product, they wanted to have a game of pool. And I'm like, okay. And people I was with it, like, no, we're not doing that. I'm like, I'll do it. Like, really? I'm like, sure, why not? So, I mean, it was very interesting. Like, you had to prove yourself to them to stay there. It was the weirdest thing ever.
It's just like that.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking that's not Atlanta. That's in Georgia. They would have you do like the knife and finger thing.
Yeah, it was pool there. It was weird.
Like a drug dealer, dude. You trying to sell coke? You got to do that buying a coke, or I'm not buying any coke for
Be like the bridge keeper from Monty Python's The Holy Grail. You know, what is the average speed and velocity of an African swallow?
I actually got questions from the people I was with. They're like, do you know how to play pool? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know how to play it. And then I started playing and started winning.
They didn't ask you to go to a strip club. You know, it's Atlanta.
No, that did happen. That's a side conversation.
I'm not lying, dude. I'm surprised they didn't ask you to go to a strip club.
That's an after show.
That was the parlay, John. That was the parlay. Like, no, I suck at pool. Let's just go to a strip club.
Strip club.
No, it was the weirdest thing because we were playing halfway through the game and I was actually kind of winning, and they're like, my people I was with, they're like, do you know what you're doing? I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, I play pool league, and they're like,
I'm a pro.
Oh, I'm like, I don't tell you everything.
Did you ever get to go to Vegas?
I have, yes.
I used to.
I've been to Vegas, but not for a vape.
The pool league stuff. The bar that I go to has a pool league every Wednesday, and they went to Vegas like a couple of years ago.
All the league players I play with, a lot of them go down for it. I think I was down there once for it.
Y'all are probably there together. It's all the Midwestern. That's what they do to get out of the Midwest. You know, they play pool.
Yep.
Okay, guys, are you ready to give some stuff away?
We can.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I love giving stuff away.
All right. We're going to. You have that list up, so we'll start with Tom. I guess.
Wait, I don't even have the list.
Tim, you are going to be doing a ZB box. You're going to be doing the Blitzer RTA, and yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I'm
That's
gonna give
enough.
away first.
I'm blonde. That's enough for me.
Myself, you, and Tom will be doing the example boxes, the 3 example boxes.
John is also doing the gift card, and I am doing the Dead Rabbit V2.
All right, so just so I'm clear, since I'm hoping that most of the participants, the people who donated to CASAA, who got their name in a hat, because I noticed that we have some.
Where's the hat?
Well, it's on your head, but but there are some people that had multiple donations, so it should be clear that that every entry is an entry in and of itself. So
correct.
We as the randomizer moves forward, we will then remove that name from our respective lists. Correct.
That is correct. I need to get it. That is correct.
Actually,
I'm just making sure I've got the guidelines straight.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should give a quick rundown and fill Lindsay in kind of what we've been going on.
Tell Lindsay what we're doing.
So last week we this has been in the works, but last week we started up a drive for CASAA to help CASAA get donations and stuff like that. And so what we decided to do is put together packages, and for every person who donates $10, we put them in a drawing for these packages.
Nice.
And then they pay us for the shipping, and then we ship them out to them.
Nice.
And there are some very nice packages.
So when I try to get money off my website, I'm going to you guys.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Because I think after tonight we don't have anything left to give away, do we? I mean, unless you're coming for my private collection.
Tom first. Brian, where's the list? Do I have it?
Yeah, you have it.
I have it right there.
All right, and before Tom goes,
but I don't have it here. Can you send it to me, please?
My hands are right here, not touching the mouse.
And before Tom goes, everyone who is involved understands that the randomizer is going to run 3 times.
That's it. Good boy.
We all have the same matching list, so we're not going to run it once. We're not going to run it twice. Thrice times is nice. So that means on the 3rd spin, the person that ends up at the top of the list wins that particular package.
Correct.
Now, and also prior to that, I just want to say personally, because I'm not speaking for everyone here, they can chime in if they want to. I just want to thank everyone who took part in donating to CASAA to keep that organization alive and around and allowing them to be a source of information. We say all the time we are CASAA because we are CASAA. They obviously can't gather all that information on their own. But the point is that if we didn't have them, we wouldn't probably know about a lot of the regulations and a lot of the nonsense that we're dealing with. So I'm just issuing I'm issuing my own personal thank you to all the participants of this waffle giveaway, whatever you want to call it. Your money that you spent, and I know it's hard for people to spend money in this time and day with everything that's going on. I just want to say thank you for being selfless and donating to a really good cause.
Yes.
All right, I'm done. I've said what I had to say.
What am I giving away first, Mr. Polly?
First, you can't say that's what I agree with Tim. So just so you know.
Yeah, you can't say what Tim said, but you will be doing. Hold on, I'll put it up here.
And everyone should have a list. It's in our
courtesy of.
I have the list. I'll be paying attention.
All right,
I'm giving away the Dead Rabbit V2, and that comes with a bottle of liquid as well, correct?
Yes, hold on, I'll grab it.
Okay.
I wonder what company it will be.
Have they submitted their PMTA? That's what we want to know.
It will be a bottle of Bartista, and You know,
Barista.
I'll be a
It's
nice guy.
barista, not
Crap how you say it.
Bartista.
I say it the way I
Who
say it.
cares how it's said? Let's get
Yeah.
on with it. People are waiting.
It will be the I'll let you guys pick because I have the whole line in mini bottles. So
Okay.
I'll let
Ready?
you
Here's first one.
go.
There's one.
There's one.
Two.
There's two.
All right.
Who's
And
writing down?
This one will be the winner.
Brian, you're writing these down?
Dakota.
Dakota, you win the Dead Rabbit V2 and a bottle of Bartista 60 ml bottle.
Nice win. I don't even have a Dead Rabbit V2.
No, you don't.
I don't, and
I don't have either one of those.
I'm gonna have to buy one.
Yes.
Just because of that.
There you go.
And Brian, my Google.
All right, so I gotta take Dakota out. So hold on.
Indeed, you got it. Also, let me make this clear. We're taking your names out of the prizes, but everybody's name goes back in for the dot mod. Capito?
Right.
All right, so I'll make a separate list. I'll make like a sub.
I don't want to take
sub list.
everybody to have the opportunity to win the dot mod combo, the dot mod 70-watt box and the RDA limited edition green. I'm giving that away. Okay, Tim, you're up. You know how to
All
screen.
right, hold on. I got to redo my copy paste from the message. Hold on 1 second.
You're the best. Hello, California.
I got you. Just look at the chat.
Let me do Tim's sound effect. I haven't played it today, have I?
No, you.
You are crazy! We are scorpions! Rock you like a
Sebastian.
Come on, headbang.
Yeah, I have this other song. What is it?
He's never done that on the show.
Roxy.
You've never headbanged? He needs to get up and headbang,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Tim used to have his own special music. I don't know if I still have that song.
No, I do. I have a video from like 91, 92 when I had a rock and roll dream. Now I just look like somebody.
no headbanging though, man.
He's
Exactly. I'll Lindsay, I'll go toe to toe hair whipping with you.
Yeah.
Are you going to the rally?
We might get tangled up like a couple fishing lines,
yeah.
and then
fine.
we'll call on Tom for that. So, all right, hold on.
You're up.
All right,
I got you.
Tim is going to do the I got it right here. Hold on. The Blitz. Come on, camera. I paid a lot of money for you to work. And
That's
the
remarkable. I didn't pay that much for mine, and mine works great.
Shut up. I own that camera too. And a 60 ml bottle of Bartista. Your pick. Yeah, well, we'll do it. I'll throw in the salted because it's probably their best one, but I'll throw
Salted
in
caramel.
salted caramel macchiato.
Love that one.
That's in there. And Tim, I'm sorry.
We're not
Is that a
professional
picture
people.
of you, man?
Yes.
Look at that sexy guy right there.
That ego. There's no ego there at all, man.
No.
None.
We all serve at the pleasure of.
I am Italian, so
I'm
Yeah,
gonna have a
see?
picture of me on my website, okay?
See, he went from a small mic to a big mic. He's like, "What's wrong with this
you
thing?"
missed that sheer mic. The other sheer mic right now.
I'm surprised that he went to a bigger mic. I mean, it's in front of his face more now.
It's a girth issue.
I can do this. Oh wait, are you trying? What happened, Tim?
I blew up. I don't know what hell.
Oh, look at that.
There's
I
two.
know.
We got two of
I'm
them.
back. Hold on.
We have two
Let me-
Tims.
All right, let's try that again, Tim.
Yeah, kick the other one out. Kick
did.
that imposter out.
That imposter out. That
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Oh no,
Get-
you'll laugh
get-
like the next one comes in and like the buns are there. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
get rid of the Sebastian Bach imposter.
That's
Hold on.
a Canadian snuck into our
All right.
country.
I was in the process of sharing my screen,
He snuck
and
in.
everything froze. Can you
I think he
All
came through the Wisconsin side.
now? Can you see it?
Yeah, hold on. Bam, there it is.
All right.
Boom.
So everyone on the feed can see
The list.
the list. All right. So I only have I took Dakota out for now.
Yeah. Did you send me that list there?
Yes, it's in our core chat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm updating the chat as we go.
Cool. Cool.
All right. There's your list. Let's double check it just to make sure. Okay. So here we go. Are you ready? And what am I giving away?
You are giving away the Blitzen RTA and a 60 ml bottle of e-juice.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
No whammies. No whammies.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies.
No whammies. And stop. George Neocleos. That's a Greek name. Thank you, George, for making your last name the hardest one to pronounce tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to say that one.
Neocleos. Did I say that right, George? If you're watching.
I don't think George is watching.
All right, well, George won. Congratulations, George.
I'm going to remove it now, Tim.
All right.
All right. And Mr. Brian, you are giving away, let me grab them.
Some liquids.
I got them right here.
Brian's giving away his liquids.
Yes.
Is
420 ml bottles from Primus. Bam, 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 bam.
That was a twisted 420 moment. You were having a battle between the left and the right hand.
If it would have been a twisted 420 moment, I would have dropped all 4 bottles.
Oh,
he dropped everything.
Oh, fuck shit.
So Dakota had a question.
Yeah.
Can I win if I had more than one donation? Can I win again if I had more than one donation?
Why not?
Well, did Dakota send over the email detailing both donations?
Yep, I got the name in there.
All right, well then add Dakota back.
In there.
I only saw one Dakota in the list there, Mr. Brian.
So did I.
Did you get that entry in after the 5 p.m. or before the 5 p.m.?
We haven't gotten any emails since the show started.
Yeah. But
Right.
they're still in the running for the other one, though.
All right, so Dakota, your name goes back in for the .mod at the end.
Yes.
Wait, which one of you guys actually handles the emails for the show?
All of us.
The guy in the middle.
Don't look at
All of
me.
us?
I just looked to see how many people donated. You guys were tallying up totals.
Yeah. I
I'm
went
curious,
through.
like, who actually has to respond to them, follow up, yell at the person for not responding to
Hey,
them?
I am not. I am copy editor, not
Who's
customer
the
service.
who's the coordinator? Who's the bitch of the group? You know?
That'd be me.
Brian,
That'd be me.
The
So-
good part
so
is
what I did
is Dakota. Your name goes back in the hat for the .mod. So
So
da-da.
what I did is I went through all the Facebook posts on the group, I went through all the emails, and I tallied up all the names. I did match up all the donation, say taglines.
And Brian doesn't
Together.
make fucking mistakes.
What'd you do? Did you put it on an Excel sheet?
He
Yeah.
did
Pretty much.
the best.
Yeah, that would have been the
Absolutely.
easiest way to coordinate all of them. Yeah.
Dennis,
You
we
should see my sheet.
we
It's
did
great.
see all 4 of your donations.
Yeah. When I was picking someone to do my sports talk show, I had to have the stats guy. I picked him specifically for his stat capabilities.
Stats and coordination of
coordination
capabilities as
and-
well.
And spreadsheets and it's
Keeping you on track, like this is what you need to do.
yeah.
So on that day, I have 3 screens, and then I have on every screen I have 4 windows coordinated off, and I go through every single one.
in short, Brian is. But that's my stapler. That's his title.
on Wednesday it's Tim. So Tim makes sure I stay in line and don't screw around. And
We're getting off track.
okay,
Yeah.
hey, Mr. Swift, you need to cancel your thingy so I can bring in the next one.
All right, there.
He goes,
Are you happy now?
yes, I am. You're the best.
Oh,
Who's up? Brian.
Brian.
You're up, my man. And I will share your screen. There it is.
So I have everyone's names here, as you can see.
Okay,
on a
doke.
spreadsheet,
And some other information.
Did you remove the previous winners?
which are right here. They're already
Okay.
out. You
Very
can see
good.
this is already copied and copied right here. It's all highlighted in blue.
So I won't copy the next.
Can you pivot table that for us before we do the
It's already filtered there. As you can see, I can filter them by name.
Don't question
So-
his authority.
Pivot table. Jesus, you're a douche.
Respect his
I mean, if you want a table, we can do a table. That's not a problem.
No, I'm trying to be funny, but
I want to see a whole graph, right? I want to see you
I-
make one in like 2 minutes.
I know Tom's ready to punch a wall right now.
So random org, it's already copied. Paste.
go.
So do a randomize 1,
One,
2,
ah.
and then
Sesame Street.
that'd be
Got that.
Michelle.
Who won? I can't see. I
Lindsey.
have glasses on.
Michelle Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Michelle
Hey!
Yay!
Lindsay wins.
Nice win.
Oh my
Nice win.
God.
Thank you for donating to CASAA.
You are the best. Hey, now you're going to send me a copy of the list without Lindsay's name in it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, I
Okay.
got to take Lindsay out. Hold on one second.
Take her out.
How come I don't have Lindsay in my list?
You should have Lindsay in your list.
It's
Oh,
all right.
Michelle Lindsay. Sorry, you were going by last
Yeah,
name first.
Michelle Lindsay.
Okay. All right, fine.
Okay, and you're sending
That's funny because like my middle name is Michelle.
Is it? Did you send it to me already?
Not yet.
Oh,
Give
okay.
me 2 seconds.
Fucking goddamn son of a.
There you go.
If we don't get more professional, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Who is this
What
guy?
is this professional crap you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
All right. And what am I giving away? I forgot.
$25.
Oh,
You
the
have the gift card.
card donated by the man himself right there, Tom Harding. Okay. Randomize. 1. There's 1. And 2. And here's for the win. Who can it be? Please be a name I can say. Dennis.
Dennis won the $25 gift card.
Awesome.
Dennis, don't spend it all in one place, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. And Tom stated that is a gift card for vape stuff, correct, Tom?
That's correct.
That means
Wherever you want.
you can't go to Adam and Eve's website. You can't buy porn stuff. Can't use it. You can't use it at a strip club. Nothing like that. It's for vaping only.
Nice.
But if you
All right.
want to use it for food, you know, to the big
Okay.
people.
Food. I don't know. That's up to Tom.
Dennis,
Yeah.
just
Tom
send me
wants to be professional right now, so.
All right.
No, I'm trying not to choke on a pretzel.
Uh,
So professional, man.
There is. Calm down, Tom.
Did Dennis donate 4
I
times?
totally missed.
Yes, Dennis donated 4 times.
Man,
I'm
Dennis, you are the man.
I'm sorry, but I totally missed an opportunity to use "That's What She Said" when Tom said choking on a pretzel. I'm sorry, guys. I've let you down.
That's it. You're fired, old man.
Lindsay, I apologize. You're on a show with 4 guys.
Lindsay's been the best guest we've had in a long time.
I've been on.
Most spirited.
I've been on a Legion show. Oh God! So
Lindsay, you are welcome back anytime.
hey, yes.
I've been on shows with Lindsay already.
Bring your
before.
beer and your hair
I-
whips
I-
and come on back.
Yeah, who's up? Who's up?
She's
Who's
kind of
up?
aware.
Did we just swing back to?
We went all the way around.
Yeah, that's what
Is is it my turn now?
No, it's mine.
John,
I just did. I just gave something.
You,
away.
you sound too much like a supervisor, Tom. I don't know if you should be given a chance.
I just gave the gift card away, so it goes back to Tim. Tim will be giving away
one
Hey.
sample box.
one sample box.
A 12-bottle Zample box at
Triple
that.
box of
It'll
Zampa.
look like this.
And what's inside that box, Tim?
Yeah,
All the
Tim.
greatest
Your
flavors
mom.
at the greatest prices.
Wow.
Zample box for all the good things to come.
I'm sorry. That was great. Your mom.
Sorry.
No, that was perfect. That was
Did Brian die?
I did. That was a classic right there. Your mom. That's totally
Wow.
I can tell now you're a total 90s kid. So saying that your mom.
All right. Yeah, that's hot. No, I think that was a wonderful response because
Yeah,
it
it
beat
was.
mine.
Yeah.
All right.
What flavors are in there?
We
All
lost.
right. So here's my. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah, you should.
All right.
For
All right.
stats.
So all the previous winners have been removed. This is what we have left.
Where's your mom?
Seriously, where'd Brian go? He just died.
Brian gives 0 Fs right now.
Apparently.
All right, so here's the list. It's in there. All right, let's go. Ready?
Hit
And
it.
I'm giving away a 12-bottle sample box.
12
Yes.
boxes.
All right, that's once. That's a 2.
Ha ha ha.
Dennis again.
Dennis, dude, you're just killing it, Dennis.
Dennis is on fire right now.
You are the man, Dennis.
Congrats, Dennis.
Oh, I need to get hand clapping sound effects. I have to go look for that one. Who's up? Tom.
Yeah, Tom and John.
Tom, you're giving away what? A sample box.
Yeah.
What's in that sample box?
Whatever you want to be.
I wanted to try to catch you in
Things we don't speak of.
Yeah. E-liquids. E-liquids.
Why is my what the okay.
Are you ready?
Are
No.
you with us?
Nope.
You need more computer screens.
Nope. One is confusing enough.
Man, you know.
Hey, my phone's right here. It's
Come
not
on,
working
Tom.
at
Let's
the
be
moment.
professional here.
Hey, shut the hell up.
The rest of us got our shit together.
Hey, if I drink one more glass of wine, this show's going to hell. That's all.
Well, you know what? I think we can
All right.
easily tell right now who the one is that's not drinking.
There's my screen.
You
There's
have
some names. I'm just making them up at this point.
all right.
It's taking him a long time to do this, though.
All right, here we go.
Drinking.
Drum roll.
There's one. Do it again. 2.
Madison.
Dennis again.
Is it really?
Yes. Want me to roll it again? I'll roll it again.
Dennis, be nice.
What did Dennis write down there?
A
A
dildo.
dildo.
There's no dildos giveaways.
He popped in one of those boxes, guys. You know, give him a big purple one.
Do you want me to roll again? I will.
Well, we could ask Dennis if he wants us to roll.
Dennis, do you want to
Share the wealth.
defer?
Would you like to defer that giveaway, Dennis? It's up to you. We're leaving it on you.
If you want to piff it, we'll piff it.
Yeah, if you want to keep it, let us.
You already got like 24 bottles of frickin' juice.
Piff it. Dennis, we're waiting on you, Dennis. You want to piff that third win? Or do you
You're going back in the drawing for the dot mod, bro.
You are going back in the drawing for the dot mod, but do you want to piff that second sample box? What did he win now, actually?
2 sample boxes and 25 bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What has he won?
Donate it. All right, Dennis.
I'll go again.
Thank you, Dennis. You are the man.
Yes, you are.
Jeremy French.
Hey, Jeremy won. Dennis, there'll be a surprise in your box.
All right, so I'm taking Jeremy out. Dennis. So Dennis deferred, so we take a Dennis out and a Jeremy.
Yep.
All right. Why does my notepad just say Dennis Stillions on it?
Because Dennis won everything. Because of 8.
Oh my God.
I love the sample box group. You guys are the fucking best.
Who's up? Is it Brian or is it me?
It's you.
It's me. Oh, okay.
Oh hell! What are we giving away?
No. Yeah,
That's one last sample.
I'm doing this. Did you give me an updated list, please?
I just did.
You're the
should have
man.
it.
That's
Hey, I am done doing my part for giveaways. I'm out.
You're
I
not
ain't
going.
doing that no more.
You're not going.
I've done my two.
No, but I can close random.org.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're closed. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. I'm old. Chrome.
Today, old man. Christ.
God, Tom was fast. Jeez.
All right. There it is. There's my list. Good luck, everybody.
What is this? What is this for?
This is for a 12 bottles of e-liquid from Sample Box.
Hey, John.
the
What's in the
original
box?
family. The original, my mom. The original family. My mom would come to your house, make you pasta, make you, and I'll bring wine.
This is an MTV moment. Go ahead.
Your mom Italian?
Yeah, sei sogno
That's a good
italiano.
deal then.
I hope so.
Io sogno italiano. Io parlo italiano. I speak Italian. I am 100%
Gravy, baby. It's all about the gravy, baby.
Hey, I will drive to your state and kill you if you call it gravy.
Well, okay. So, to be fair, Jeremy did win one. He asked if he could just come get it and meet you somewhere. Could you just have your mom do it instead?
Yeah.
It's like a back alley mom meeting.
Are you in Modesto? Is Jeremy in Modesto?
He says he is.
Yeah. Oh, Jeremy, dude, we'll meet up, dude. We'll go have a beer or something too, dude. Don't worry about it. If you're here in Modesto,
You better. He's been like he's been commenting the most on this whole stream to begin with. It's like our #1 fan tonight.
and I'm sure, Jeremy, you send me a friend's request, but dude, I'll tell you right now, I don't even look in there. So
Jeremy, you can't call it juice.
I probably got like 1,000 of them in there. I never look. All right, let's do this. Sample box.
The third one.
Number 1. Let me give a drum roll for myself. All right. Number 2. And for the win, if it's Dennis, I'm going to laugh my fucking ass off, dude. Madison!
Madison! Fucking Madison! Right on.
Maddie. All right, I'm done. Madison,
No, you're not. Because
congratulations.
we still got
Right.
Brian's other juice.
All right.
And the big one.
No.
Oh, that's a big one.
I
That's
got
right.
mine.
That's the
He liquid.
Well, okay.
Yeah, that too.
What are you giving away? You are giving away the donation from Matthew, Elliott, and
the fire ice line or the other one.
Phoenix.
So
Phoenix,
Matthew
The
Elliott,
entire Phoenix line.
and
was-
there's 3 lines in that. 3.
Yeah.
generous enough.
3
Winner-
lines.
That's winner's choice. So you have fire,
Yep.
ice, or the entire Phoenix line.
Yes.
So Matthew was generous enough to donate fire
Yes.
line from Phoenix, or ice line from Phoenix,
Yes.
or Celtic elixirs line.
Yeah.
That's right. So Celtic.
Celtic.
Hey, listen, I'm from up here.
Bartista
how we
Celtic. Bartista Celtic.
Tim, your mom, Tim. Thank you for reminding me of that joke. Thank you. I'm going to use
That's
it
so good.
so long since I've said your mom.
I say it a lot. I get in trouble for him with the boyfriend.
All right. No harm, no foul on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, your document expired.
All right. This is a big one. This
is a big giveaway.
This is the difference between filling a landfill or killing a tree. This is like paper or plastic at the grocery store.
That's right.
You have 3 choices right now.
Yeah, this is no ordinary giveaway.
Hey, they don't let me I'm in Illinois. They do not let us bring our own reusable bags anymore right now.
That is lame right
Same
there.
here.
Like
Same here.
It's
I'm
Illinois.
bringing
Welcome.
hemp canvas to the store.
California, you can't bring your bags anymore either.
Yeah, you can't bring your own bags in COVID.
And
You know?
every store here now is you have to have a mask. Every supermarket, every store,
Yeah.
even liquor stores now, no mask, no entry.
Yeah.
So I was at the store yesterday, and the guy goes in with a mask, and the guy tells me to go back outside because he didn't have a shirt on. And I started laughing. I was like, what do you even care anymore?
Does anybody have a mask on and no shirt?
You know, I've always found it funny. Those no shirt, no shoes, no service signs.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers never say nothing about pants.
Yes.
What if you go in there and just like a really nice shirt and shoes?
And a tie. Put a tie on.
Well, of
And
course. I mean,
socks.
you
Have every
gotta
color
fancy it up if
you
you're
can.
gonna
And
go Winnie the
stock
Pooh.
stirrups.
Yeah, black socks and a shirt and a tie.
Yeah.
And stirrup and stock stirrups.
What are they gonna say?
Boxers actually should do an experiment. Do boxers, then the next day do briefs, and see if there's any difference in reactions.
Why are you not? Why are you leaving out thongs here?
Yeah.
Dong,
Because,
dong, dong,
because
dong,
some
dong.
people
I've
just don't
seen
need to
that.
be seen in banana hammocks.
I have literally seen I've seen a guy in Chicago that wore a hoodie, sneakers, and a thong around. And when I went to the bodega, like apparently he was a regular feature. He
I
did it like
yelled at
once a week.
I yelled at a guy last year
I need a
I
beer.
love
I'll be
that.
right back.
walking around in a pair of flip flops and a crocheted thong. It was
In
disgusting.
Wisconsin,
I only have to drive.
Yes.
I only have to drive an hour and a half to San Francisco to see guys walking around in fucking thongs and downtown San Francisco.
And then he had the nerve to ask me if that was offensive. I'm like,
you saw this guy in
yeah.
Wisconsin. That's amazing.
All right,
no, people.
let's give it.
Okay,
Give it.
back on topic.
Give it away now.
1, 2, 3.
Janelle.
Janella. All right.
Oh,
Rodriguez.
oh. You win an East
All
Coast.
right, Janella.
You win an East Coast line living in the East Coast. Janelle doesn't have to go far.
No, she could probably just meet up with Matthew for coffee.
All right, so that's me now, right? The last one.
Yes, we are on the final, I believe.
We are on the big one.
Final.
Okay, Brian, send me the full list of everybody.
Full list of everybody that put everything in.
You are the man.
Includes all the names of all the entries.
Who won the fire ice line?
Janella.
Nice.
Just what they need, more liquid.
Janelle, you're not to share that e-liquid with Eddie.
No, that's yours. You want it, not him. That's yours.
I got
Put it behind glass and get one of those little hammers that says break in case of emergency.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was going to use that on Eddie's fingers when he tried to reach for the bottle. No, whack.
Okay.
No, just so everyone's clear on what I did. Here, I'll show what I did. So
Let's be clear.
Yeah, show your work.
Show it.
So if you don't mind, share my screen real quick.
But that's my stapler.
Give me a sec. What do you want? Oh, you want me to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So the whole list here that we had with all the winners right here, I
Yep.
took this whole thing all the way up and sent that over to John. Okay, so everyone's clear.
All right, cool.
I am clear with your clearness.
Your mom's
I
cool
can-
with it too, man.
Hey,
I
guess
concur,
what?
doctor.
Guess
Doctor,
what?
I concur.
Guess what, Brian?
Doctor.
Your mom.
Doctor.
Your mom.
You know, I did a great comeback for that for quite a while because
Yeah.
I didn't talk to my folks for almost 10 years. They're like, your mom. I'm like, at least somebody's talking to her.
Yes.
All
But now
right,
we're
so
talking again, so now it's whatever. So
what are we giving away now?
All right, we are giving
this
away
is the dot mod.
the
All right,
dot
so
mod,
everyone goes back in on the dot mod.
Yep, everybody's in the pool.
Everybody's in the pool.
the dot mod in green.
Whoa. You don't have 4 Dennis Stillions.
You do too. Look at the bottom of the list and top of the list.
Yeah, he's
I
in.
see.
I thought it alphabetized it. Never mind.
It did, but if you were paying attention to the stream, I showed you exactly what I did.
Brian,
He cut them off and then put them on the bottom and then copy
Okay.
and pasted everything.
Brian,
Lindsey's
Brian,
paying attention here. It's great.
I'm blonde. Let's consider that.
And he's old.
Hey,
How do
Lindsay,
you know I'm not?
Lindsay, what are you doing on
We
Wednesday?
can see your hair color.
What?
What are you doing on Wednesday night? You can come join the show at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You
Yeah.
could become a regular on this show. We would
Yeah.
love
Or
to have you a
8
regular.
o'clock Midwest time.
The time that really counts is the the Pacific Coast, because that's
No.
it's a special time.
We
All right.
already know
Pacific
what.
Coast.
We already
Wait,
know
what time is it? Wait, what time is it in Pacific Coast right now?
It
6?
is 7:48.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Right?
All right, here we go. Here we go now. All right, list is in there. We're gonna do it one time. And scroll down to And for the win, who's
I want to see a new name on this one.
come on, Shane.
Shane McKee.
Steve.
Ta-da!
Steve, not Shane, right?
Steve McKee.
Yeah.
Steve.
All right.
Did you remove the Q and the U from your name?
I can't
and
even
the N?
I
Steve
can't-
McQueen?
That's
Steve
the way the
McKee.
email showed up as.
Okay, you are the winner of the dot mod in green with the 24 millimeter.
I don't even have one of those. I'm so freaking jealous right now.
I got a couple of them, but
Well,
that
he'll
you
send you
work
one.
for you work for them. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
was going to you, baby.
We're all jealous. He's like, I got like 4.
Way to go, Steve.
Steve's the big winner. Brian, I hope you wrote these all down. Somebody wrote
I
them down.
did. I got them all. Don't worry.
Thank you, everybody, for donating. This is great. CASAA is important for us. They're keeping flavors available for us and giving us our choice. Don't stop donating now. I know it's tough. Tough times are tough, but they do have a section there on the donation section there where you can click it and donate. I think it's $2 is the minimum a month.
Yep.
$2 a month, and it's come on. I'm not gonna.
Can I add to that?
No.
I'm the guest on here. I mean, CASAA is kind of like when Wikipedia gives you that whole, like, if everybody just donated $3, we'd be great. With every consumer that they have that's a member, because it's free to have a membership with CASAA. If you just donated health, you just donated $2 a month. That's what, $26 a year.
Yeah. And I mean, if they have 200, I think this is a little over 250,000 subscribers. So if everybody were just to give the $2 a month, that would be huge. And also, we stress
and they don't take money from any of the companies.
That's right.
They're strictly like a consumer organizations. They take great strides on making sure that they don't seem that they are partial to any of the companies.
Yeah. And it's just like Alex said, you guys, please open those emails, guys. They know if you opened or didn't open those emails.
Yeah.
And it's, if you take the time to register with CASAA and to get those emails, please open them. Stay informed, guys, because, it's like, that was 3 emails ago. I didn't open it. I didn't know what was going on. There's no excuse. It's there. They don't spam you. You get that email every Sunday, and then you'll either get a call of action, depending whether it's a nationwide call of action or it's centralized to your area. So open those emails, guys. Stay informed. That's the most important thing, and it's like we talked about before. And it was great having them here, Alex and what was her name?
Kristen.
Kristen.
Yeah. Kristen.
Yeah, and just hearing them tell us how important it is for us to do our job as well, and that's to stay on top of our city councilmen, whether it's your local, state, and federal. Stay on top of it. Pay attention to what's going on in your city. Pay attention to what's going on in your state.
Write them.
Yeah, that's right.
I always will. I mean, sorry, and can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I always tell people, be like, everyone's seen Shawshank Redemption. Andrew Dufresne, when he's trying to get that library, and he finally, after like 5 years of writing these assholes, he finally gets some money. And what's his response? I'm gonna write them 2 letters a week. That's, these are your elected officials. Harass the hell out of them.
Annoy the crap out of them.
And if you feel that something that's going on in your city, let's be honest. I mean, CASAA's not. There's not like 150, 200 people working for CASAA, guys. There's just a few people that are working there, so they can't stay on top of everything. So it was pretty cool hearing Alex and Kristen talk about us doing our part as well. So if you see something going on in your city, let CASAA know, because there's a good chance, you live in a small town or something. They're not going to be, it's not going to come up on there. But if you let them know what's going on, they will help you. So pay attention to what's going on around you, basically. And also, they also talked about the fact that if you see the word smoking on a bill, that includes vaping, guys. So pay attention to that as well. Don't be tricked by them using the word smoking on a city ordinance or something that's going to be passed through your city council. If you see the word smoking, that means vaping as well now, unfortunately. So pay attention to that. So don't see that and say, oh, it's about smoking. It doesn't apply to us, because it does. It applies to us, guys. So that's how I've seen them get a couple bills past some of these smaller cities, because vapors were like, well, that's smoking. That doesn't have nothing. No, it does. We fall into that category, guys. So pay attention and let CASAA know what's going on. I mean, that's the most important part of the whole thing, because as we all know, we all live in all different parts of the country, and there's just absolutely no way that CASAA can keep track of every single city, every single state that what's going on. What else do we got? We got the big one, right, guys? What is that bill? Oh man.
H 1253 or S 1253.
Yes, that's the one we need to stay focused on right now, guys. Go over to CASAA's webpage, get on that, guys. Follow
and for the record, I just want to interject that I just checked on it about an hour ago. It's still held at the desk, so they haven't.
They have to do COVID right now. I don't think they're going to do anything with it.
They're not going to do anything.
Right. Well, in Lindsey, you're correct, and what I'm saying is that this is our window of opportunity as consumers, as members of the vaping community, to take those channels to oppose it, to get in there.
And help keep it stalled too. I mean, until the next,
and there's
Congress then comes in.
Dennis, have a good night.
Yeah,
he was leaving.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. Congrats on the wins there, buddy, and thank you for the donations.
Yeah. And those are the numbers down there, guys. I put them on there. It's pretty simple.
Call both of them.
Call both of them. One switchboard is the one that it just all depends. I mean, I'm not going to change. I've done it a certain way, and I've always got one gives me an answer machine and one gives me an actual person. If you can talk to an actual person, that's the best way to do it, because they have to write down everything that you said. And they
don't have to write down everything. I'm a former staffer. They just take notes. But
yeah, they take cliff notes. They just kind of write what you're, and then
I would say be short and sweet.
Yeah, that's exactly what Matthew said. Keep it. We vote. Let them know that. That's the first thing you should say, and let them know why you're calling, and keep it short and sweet.
Unless you are, if you are a person that does rely on, that's the way that you get your vaping product, and especially if you're a person that you used to go into a vape shop, and now because of COVID and you're afraid to go out, that's the way that you get your products now.
That's right. Exactly.
Eric, now you should go.
We are in a perfect situation. That's a good point, Lindsey.
Go lay down.
I kind of really didn't think about that in that point. I mean, there are vape shops that are doing curbside stuff, but there's still a lot of vapors that are out there that are kind of afraid to go outside right now. Yeah. And I mean, I have a neighbor that I swear to God, he comes out with thongs, and he picks up his packages and he puts them in. Yeah, he's not touching nothing. He don't even touch
thongs. I
heard thongs.
Who is your neighbor?
And he comes and he takes his stuff and he puts it in his garage, his mail and everything. He doesn't touch his mail for 3 days. So he takes the mail out of his mailbox, carries it to his garage, and lets it sit in his garage for 3 days.
Yesterday.
Did you do me a favor? Can you go ask him if he was that precautious when anthrax was going on?
I'm sure he was.
Or swine flu?
I'm sure he was.
I just think anthrax, I mean, or the Unabomber. Another, a little bit before my time, but I do remember anthrax. The 9/11 wiped that one out, but
yeah. But yeah, there are people that are afraid to go out, and this truly is the only way that they're going to get their products, products into their house. So also, what else do I got here? Hammer this. I'm going to say the F word. Hammer this motherfucker's Twitter's page. Hammer it, guys. If you see an opportunity, just get on there and do it. And keep it simple, like Matthew said. Don't be stupid.
Hashtag we vape, we vote. That's pretty much it.
Actually, if you're going to hammer Trump's, I didn't mention it, but I am kind of doing American Vaping Association's Twitter, and one of the things that I've been doing
post that. Okay,
yeah, the AVA. I've been doing their Twitter, so I've been pretty much just taking quotes from scientific studies and everything. So if you want to just retweet those and give them to Donald Trump, because they're pretty much in a format that he can understand and everything, feel free to do that.
They're written in crayon.
Yeah.
And short of it, there is pictures and it's pretty big text.
Yeah. And the big one, guys, right there. It's the bottom of the page. We always run it on all our shows, guys. Join CASAA. Please get over there. Join CASAA. You know, stay on top of your emails. Stay on top of the calls of action. I am absolutely tired of hearing everybody tell me that, you know, this is a waste of time. It's bullshit. I'm sorry.
If they tell you it's a waste of time, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
Basically, that's how I look at it. And, you know, don't tell me how I'm wasting my time. My time is my time. You know, I'm going to do what I feel is right. And of course, I'm not just doing CASAA. I'm doing other things. Just for someone telling me I'm wasting my time filling out those forms is a crock of shit. That's all I'm saying.
How do I share comments on here? Because I don't think I can do it.
On where?
No, you have to do it to private chat, and then they can. And Tom.
Oh, they can see it. Okay, if I do it in the private chat, the people watching it can see it.
Well, no, then
we'll see it.
Tom can share it out.
Yeah, Tom will share it for you.
Okay. Just wanted to double check to make sure that.
Do everything, guys, no matter what it is. You know, just do it. You know, the more we represent ourselves, the better. I mean, we need to. Those numbers need to change. We can't see. I believe it's 10 million vapors. Some say 13, some say 15 million, whatever. I don't care what the fucking number is, dude. But when you only see 15,000 people filling out a form that is so simple to fill out, when we know there are 10 million vapors out there, get your ass together. Especially most of us are home now. You know, we're working from home. We have time to do this. You know, get on there, get on Twitter, get on your Facebook and educate. I know I hate saying this because everyone doesn't want to do this on their personal page, but educate your friends.
Yeah.
Educate
everywhere.
Educate your family. If you know your family, we talk about this all the time. If anybody has seen the changes that have happened in you from vaping from smoking, is your family. You know, they're the ones. And can you imagine, like we talked, if you can get just one or two of your family members to join CASAA, what a difference that would make. You know, most of the people that are on CASAA are vapors. Mm-hmm. So, you know, why not get some of the family on there? Get some of the family members, your mom, your dads, you know, your uncles, your aunts, your you know, people that have seen the transition that you have made and how much of a better person you are and how much healthier you are from vaping. So
it's amazing actually when you share stuff on your own personal Facebook, which some, you know, as said, don't like to do. It's very interesting how much conversation that actually strikes up. When you talk to them or when they comment on something, you can actually talk about things scientifically, factually with them and show them that it is.
And be professional about it. Be professional about it. Don't cuss at them. Don't call them stupid and don't give them facts.
Well, I'm out.
Give them facts. Now, Tom, you can do it. I know you can do it, dude. Just give them facts. You know, I think Tim's brought it up before, you know, where a lot of people look at us like, well, you're not a scientist. I don't know how Tim has put it, but Tim put it in a way where it kind of makes, you know, it's like, well, you're just stating you're not a doctor or you're just some vapor. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. But, you know, when you can throw out some legitimate stats that are out there and not just say, you're an idiot, man, popcorn lung hasn't, you know, don't do that. Throw it out there. Go ahead, Tim, make it right.
Well, no.
Can I interject? I mean, so I've been helping these people with their PMTAs, and one of the big parts is the survey of their customers. And what I'm still kind of amazed by, I mean, you've got they're all manufacturers. Well, why haven't you been doing surveys from the get-go? I mean, even every time you go to McDonald's or a fast food place,
exactly,
they give you a survey with a free burger if you complete it, you know, but it's just, so I've been telling everybody that I'm working with, keep doing these surveys. Actually, do it once a month, quite honestly, and then like aggregate it at the end of the quarter. And then like, you just have this, like, here's a snapshot of my customers. Go to your lawmakers. Like, hey, my average customer is 46, not that little 13-year-old that you were listening to in that hearing the other day. I mean,
you bust in.
Well, but what Lindsey's saying is key because we talked about it earlier on the show. I know we're running over, but it's important to talk about these things because it's all about data, right? Because we already know the politicians aren't probably going to look at the long-winded explanations of this and that. They want to see numbers. And they're hearing one thing, but there's a reality that goes on. And Lindsey's pointing that out, is that based on the data that comes out, the demographic is much different than the lie that's being told. So it's important that these people hear that message. But I just wanted to, I mean, on two topics, and I'll be real quick about it because that's probably my weakest subject.
You don't have a weakness. You don't have a weakness.
But I want to say, in terms of talking to your friend, look, I didn't ask for your input.
What was that?
No, I have Bixby on. I'm an Android guy, not an iPhone weirdo. So I have Bixby. So anyway,
they're getting rid of Bixby, by the way.
Good.
I have no idea how Bixby even got involved in the conversation.
Yeah, they have taken.
I did not requisition that young woman. Anyway, point is.
Come on, Carl.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the Jackie Moon song, but that's for
right. So 2 points. When talking to friends and family, it's really hard. And I've had and trust me, I come from a family, and I'm not saying that because I know any better than the rest. All I'm saying is I've had these situations before, and I come from a family who discouraged me from smoking for a lot of years. My dad was a smoker for a while. He quit. I started, and of course, you know, the usual blah, blah, blah comes out. You know, you shouldn't smoke. Blah, you know, you're going to get cancer. You know, you're going to. So when I finally moved on to vaping and all that stuff hit the media, my mom and dad were highly concerned. And I just had a very measured conversation with them and spoke from facts and spoke from data and spoke from information to let them know that what I was doing was much healthier for me in the long run than what I had previously been doing. So you just try not to get frustrated when you get the adversity that comes at you, because you're going to deal with that quite a bit. What you need to do is de-escalate the situation and speak to them from an educated point of view, and eventually you'll gain their attention, because what they're listening to and what they see on the TV is not necessarily the truth. So you are the deliverer of truth. So I'll just say that, and I'll leave it at that.
Well said, Timothy.
Thank you.
Yeah, what Tim said.
Tom, what Tim said.
And I forgot my other point, but I'm blaming the cider at this.
Hey, you're going to say your mom.
Thank you for cliff noting my thoughts.
No, I mean, it's tough because I've gone through it with some of my. I actually even commit. My aunt's been a nurse for 35 years. She's a retired nurse, and she quickly spotted the differences. I mean, and she's dealt with. She was on the 4th floor, which was the cancer wing at the hospital that she worked in. So she's seen cancer patients. She's seen lung cancer, all that stuff. And she spotted the differences right away. I mean, it was amazing. Like even a year after I quit smoking, she pointed out before even I said anything, she said, your skin looks a lot better. You know, I didn't have that, you know, the saggy eyes and the brown. Well, of course we all smell better, you know,
Yeah.
But you know, but there are a couple of my relatives that, you know, they're the typical people that, you know, we've talked about these people that they just read the headlines. They don't actually read the whole article.
Lawmakers.
Yeah, they read that cliff note on the top, and then that's it. They don't read the article. They don't go into depth. So I've gotten a lot of my family that's like, oh, that's going to kill you, especially when all the bullshit happened. You know, in the beginning here a couple months ago with, you know, the THC. And I tried to explain to people, you know, and I think that's our fault. Maybe do you feel that way, Lindsay? We've talked about this before, but we should have called this something else other than vaping.
I mean, I just think that we should have.
We should have had a different name, because I think.
Well, we should have went more after the tobacco harm reduction side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think because a lot of my relatives put those all together. Well, vaping to them was THC, all that other junk.
Yeah.
So it was, they had no idea that, you know, this was a product that was helping people also quit smoking. They had no clue. They thought that this was a new way to get high.
Anytime that I actually when I was still at Heartland last year, and I saw that, like, I used to, when I was writing it, I would shorten it to THR, and I quit doing that. Like I didn't care how many words were in what I was writing, and to make sure to put tobacco harm reduction, just so the harm reduction is emphasized. Because I mean,
Tom's in third grade. He's got his hand up. Go ahead, Tom.
Highlight what Mike just said.
Where did he write? John. Oh, John.
pineapple on pizza.
What are you, insane? Don't make me
Yes.
drive. I can drive to Colorado, be there in less than a day, and kill you. People do not put pineapple on your pizza. That's so wrong.
It's so delicious, though.
Well,
I
you know,
put
to be
pickles
fair,
on pizza, and pickles on pizza is amazing. So
let's say, like,
It
to be
is.
fair, we should ask Lindsay for
Mr.
her.
Mike, Mike, you can come and join the show if you like. I will send you the link before we
We're
lock.
almost done.
Yeah. Well, we can run late because we have special guest Lindsay. We
Okay.
can run later.
Lindsay's like, I got nothing better to do.
She
I'm bored and I'm gathering stats right now.
yeah, she has
no, I'm not gathering stats. I'm doing people's PMTAs right
She
now.
has
Man.
become the official person to be on the show forever. She just perfect. She's given us great one-liners since you've been here. So
And I
You guys do
remembered
need some estrogen. It is kind of like a sausage fest.
yeah.
Hey,
That's what we're
wait a
bringing in
minute.
Mike.
Wait, what death metal band's playing tonight?
Oh,
None. It's COVID time.
it's COVID time.
So no, I remembered my second point,
Oh,
and
you're still
I'll
on point one. Holy crap! This is long.
No, I ended point one. Brian, where were you?
yeah.
You are drinking the same thing I'm drinking, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
You
What
know,
are you
second-
drinking, Reds?
no, it's Strongbow.
they're drinking apple shit. I know.
Oh.
Close enough to
Really
close enough
strong
to
apple
Reds.
juice.
It was like a deflated oh.
They're drinking that apple.
Oh, that stuff. Anyway, just joking around. The other point is that when it comes back to the CASAA donations and all that other stuff, I just want to tie it into the whole thing about fighting for your rights and all that good stuff. And what I'm saying is that we're all doing this for a good cause. And if you feel like you needed a voice for a hot minute, why are you laughing?
No, go. I'm not laughing at you.
He's pitching CASAA again.
Well, no, I'm coming back to the whole point of giving back to the community, because if you feel like you have something to fight for, now is your time. Because I would hate to be on the other side of that argument and it's all gone away and thought, man, I never did anything. That was my other point.
Exactly. And
now, if you're a manufacturer watching this, do your fucking PMTA.
do your PMTAs, man. and you know what? It doesn't hurt to let people know you did them. You know?
Oh shit! Look,
If you need help, reach out to me.
Fletcher just chimed in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
I mean, Mike, why is it that you know I like those little sausages in the can?
Tom,
It's apostrophe RE, Tom.
yeah, that,
I don't care.
and you can't write your number one for yourself.
I don't care.
We love you, Tom.
I know it's that Wisconsin grammar. I gotcha.
No, I mean, to me, let people know you've done it, because you know what? Those are the people that I want to support. Down the road. They are.
Well, the major thing about it is even in Lindsay's position and what she does, it's not about her. It's about everybody else. It's her website is completely amazing. If you've never seen it, go take a look at it. It's you can pick every state. You can look at everything that was going on. She's really, really good.
And it will be updated because, excuse me, all the youth data is going to come out in August, and I can't wait to get my hands on that one.
Yeah.
Well, you can come back next when you come back next week and share some of those stats if you'd like, Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay, come back and hang out with us.
You can hang out with us. I'll
Hang out in our Vienna Sausage Fest.
I will try to get another female on the show. So maybe an influencer. No, I'm kidding. In a bikini. No, but those are the companies that I want to support. The companies that are actually going out doing the PTM. Who's bringing this up? What is this, Brian? Okay. I saw the drink and I like the coffee that's in there. It's a nice
This
coffee.
is all for a website.
Wait,
And
go back up. Back up. And
What back end do you use, Lindsay? Lindsay walked away.
She's like, share my website. I'm out of here.
Like, I've had enough of those punks.
She's vaping on the K Fund there on.
Sorry, I had a coughing fit.
Lindsay, are you using WordPress?
No, I'm using Wix and it sucks.
Yeah, go to WordPress. It's way better.
Well, yeah, okay. When I'm done with PMTAs, I'll go do that.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing I click is like all the state profiles. You can go to every state.
Click it. Let's see.
I clicked it.
Okay.
No, click the more info part. Yeah.
Yeah.
The research is where if you go to it's better to use the top one. I haven't been on my website in a couple, like I put a research thing. Now here it goes up.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go.
So you got every single state on here.
There's a drop down, but there's also the state map, so you can click your state on there.
In case you can't
Cool.
read.
I like that idea.
Yep. So I mean, if we go there, it's gonna be a long, really long hole.
Yeah, let's go to
Okay.
a good state like something in the
Stay
Midwest.
out of my state.
Go to Michigan.
Yeah. Stay out of my state.
MI.
There you go.
Go to Wisconsin.
Yep. So here, like everything on here.
It's taking forever to load. No,
Yep.
I like seeing it because I haven't looked at my website in a while. It's like so many pages.
Well, keep in mind, Lindsay, Brian's probably got like 50 tabs open right now.
Well, I think
You really don't want to see what I got.
and everything. Like I haven't even paid for any of that website. I kind of just got bored and wanted, I was a little bit pissed off at my company for laying me off, and I was like, well, fuck it. Like I'm going to do what I should have done at my company and take all the data that I've done and put it into something that looks cool that lawmakers can read.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take all your data and run. Like this is
Hell yeah.
freaking amazing. Like I've used Wix before. Trust me, I have. And
Wix sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It took me a month to make that website.
Yeah. And I use a different back end now, but no, the way Wix runs is pretty
The
decently.
research page, if you can click on the research page, that would be cool. Like if you go to the top to the research part, because that's going to be the page that anything new is going to come out. I still have to like get it too, because Wix not easy to like set it up that if I put something new, that it'll automatically go to that page that it needs to go to.
Click it. Mike.
Click it, good.
Mike's been
Is it not working? It should be working, yeah.
Mike,
If not, I can tell you the URL to put into it because all it is research all. It's that
I like
crap
the, I
up
like
at
the
the top.
fly-ins. That's cool. It's like
No, the fly-ins are like make the page run so slowly.
Yep.
But so that's where everything that does get uploaded onto it is gonna have pretty much just the bullet points of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really even need to click on the article. You can
This
just
is
go
only up
right
to
to
here
that.
right now.
But what
So
I'm,
it
but
goes
this
down
points
forever.
out. This just points out fortitude right here. Right? It's amazing that someone puts together this kind of information for everyone,
Yeah.
and
and it's there
for
for you
free.
guys to look for. I mean,
For
if
free.
you care about, for fun, if you care about
For
this
free.
shit,
Yeah.
it's there.
and it's good information to have to argue with haters.
Well,
Right.
I will say here, not to toot my own horn. So like
To
in well, when I was still at Heartland, like I was following all those vaping lung injuries last year, and that was like literally like I had like a fucking 130-page document of just notes going through every health department. So on Christmas Eve, I was like, I kind of want to compile this, and I was like, well, fuck it, let's just like go look at a bunch of different things, So I went and looked at the economic impact statement that BT had done. I did the, vaping injuries. I did the youth usage. I looked at like compliance check data, and then I also like put in their tobacco money. It's like how much money did they get in, and how much are they spending on tobacco control? And I made a 50-state analysis.
Yeah.
Hawaii had a flavor ban, and I went through to see who had submitted testimony because there's literally like 4 PDF documents that are 500 pages long of testimony. And this is where I was finding like 12-year-old kids with like really terrible grammar. I mean, I was like, you're really concerned about kids vaping. I'm more concerned about how well they write. But
Yeah.
I saw people like, I didn't see any of the associations submit testimony, but I did see my profile that I had done used in like 4 people's different testimonies. And I was proud about that. I was like, oh, you used my data. Awesome. Didn't give me any credit for it, but you used it.
Well, here's the deal with that is that if you put on vaping stuff on your own Facebook and share it and whatever, bookmark this page. When somebody talks to you about something, go on here, check it all out.
Yeah.
And then that's your rebuttal right there. You don't have to research it. It's there for you.
There,
Yeah.
all that info is right there for you. Welcome, Mr. Mike.
What's
From
up,
Colorado.
fucker?
Hey, what's up?
He keeps the internet running.
Oh Lord, here he
Where's
is.
Mike at?
The devil incarnate, right there.
We're not
Have
doing
you
that.
ever met the devil that mimics Darth Vader?
No.
Well,
You have now.
Here,
Hey, all we know is Mr. Fletcher keeps the internet running in Colorado. That's all that matters, man. He makes sure everybody has internet.
while Mike's here, this would be a
He,
good
he
chance.
works for the devil, Comcast.
And Lindsay, he's in Colorado.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike. I see my bill lately. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
Hey, great quality labor isn't cheap.
So what's your excuse?
He knows how to screw in a coax cable. That's
I know how to lay the cable.
They are smart. I'll give Comcast credit. They know where the market is. So I'll give them,
So while Mike's here
So,
and Lindsay's still here,
Lindsay.
we should let everyone know before we end the show and stuff. We should let everyone know that we've raised over $600.
Yeah, baby.
Figure out put that out there before the show ends. I mean, for us being us, that's actually quite a bit.
Yeah,
and we really
is.
appreciate everyone who did everything that they could. It's
and that
awesome.
was the giveaway.
Awesome.
And when
that
we
is
had
a wonderful effort on behalf of everyone
Alex.
involved.
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and that's over the two, this show and the giveaway,
Yep.
and when Alex and Kristen were here.
Yeah.
Matthew donated. We all of us on the panel donated. It's we didn't put our numbers. Our numbers are in there on my calculations, but yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. And
Well, I think we should also add to the fact that all of us donated on top of that as well. So it probably a little bit more than that, but
no, that's with ours.
Yeah, he figured it with ours.
did you?
Yeah.
You're so fastidious, Brian.
That's why he's my stat guy. I can't start a show without him.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Don't
be-
question my numbers. I have an Excel spreadsheet. It does math for me. It's great.
Unfortunately, he's a Vikings fan, which is I can't change that. He's a Vikings fan, but
Hey,
we,
I'm a Lions fan, okay?
Oh Jesus!
Well, wait, hold on. I'm the Washington football team fan here.
yeah, you don't even.
So I can't even say their old last name.
So you're having problems right now, huh?
I don't have problems. I don't even give a shit about football. I watch hockey. I watch hockey.
Tim's
Oh yeah, so Red Wings.
You're a Red Wing. Okay, I'm gonna go
I'm
throw
from
an
Michigan,
octopus
dude.
on
Of
your-
course, I'm a Red Wings fan, and then after that's the Blackhawks.
Oh, there you go. So I'm a Cavs fan. Hardcore. Rock the Red.
Fletcher?
They're lucky that they even have an ice rink.
Mike, are you a Broncos fan, or you don't care about football?
Yeah.
Never did like the Broncos because Bronco fans are the most obnoxious pieces of shit on the face of the planet.
No, Steelers fans are.
Seahawks
And
fans
I
suck.
thought Raiders fans were.
No.
I can't stand the NFL to begin with, anyways. So,
We're all there. We're all there.
I haven't liked the NFL for
Yeah.
well over a decade.
Was it college football then?
No,
No,
No football?
no.
No.
Wow. That's pretty sexy, man. So you don't watch any football.
No.
If I can help it.
Wow. Awesome.
see, John, we could probably have Lindsay on our sports show.
Yeah, we could have
She
growing
would
up.
be our hockey girl.
I don't like sports. I just have to know them because dudes know them. And the only one I really like is hockey because they beat the shit out of each other, and that's always fun to watch.
Now, see, I grew up in South Philly, so I hate the Pittsburgh. I hate every
I
team.
hate Pittsburgh. I fucking hate Pittsburgh. And the Cowboys, I just don't know what's much worse. Cowboys fans or the Steelers fans. And I was so happy they lost the Super Bowl because I did not want to hear them like chanting about their rings, man. You know. Plus, Roethlisberger's a piece of shit.
Yeah, Roethlisberger is a piece of shit.
I like how this train is running quickly off the tracks.
Right.
That seems to happen every time I show up.
Yeah, shut up. Let's just like Mike.
Because the Packers are the coolest fans I've ever met. They're so cool.
What? I know you're a hockey fan, but what hockey team do you root for?
The Red Wings.
Oh, the Red Wings. Oh man.
She's an
They
Octopus
suck.
fan.
They're so terrible. I know. I mean,
Well,
but
hold on though. I mean, the Red Wings actually have quite the legacy. I mean,
yes,
they're
they've got
like
the most Stanley Cups.
they're like the Washington football team who had a legacy, and we all hold on to a shred of hope.
They're like the Chicago Bears, you know, like but at least they had more than like one season.
The Bears.
You know?
Well, Tim, how much shred of hope are you still holding on to right now?
Yeah.
What with the Washington football team? Dude, I'd rather have shredded beef than hold on to that shred. I don't watch. I can't watch them anymore. I'm in Atlanta.
Did they have to change their name?
Yeah.
They had to. Cancel culture took over. They had to shed the Redskins, and now they were going to get a new name. Well, no, hold on. They had two names. It was either the Red Tails or the Red something else, which I don't even know where that came from. But no, now because of copyrights and all that other stuff, they got to call themselves the Washington Football Team.
Copyrights? I didn't know Indians could have patents, but you know.
Yeah. They need just to switch colors. They need to be the Washington Blue Waffles.
Dude, I went to William and Mary. Okay, they used to be called the Tribe, and they used to have like an Indian mascot and stuff. And then that was like, oh, they can't do that, even though the Native American like tribe around the college was like, hey, we're okay with it. But if you look at like Florida State,
oh man,
Seminoles,
you need to be on our sports show. If you
yeah, they do this, yeah.
Just knowing that information right there that a lot of people don't know. That
Look, frankly, I could give a rat's ass.
We were
what the hell happens to that?
We were joking.
They had their heyday back in the 80s, the Joe Gibbs years. I was part of all that stuff when they won the Super Bowls. And then since then, for the last 20 years, they've effectively sucked.
Hey, it wasn't Ditka. Okay, I'm sorry. The 85 Bears. Still one of the greatest football teams.
Yeah.
At least you guys have been and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. You can't say that for Minnesota.
Just saying.
That's why
we've been there.
Lions.
We joke. Yeah.
We've never been 0-16, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
And the Packers have won 3 world championships.
Remember what we talked about on the show about Washington calling themselves just to piss everybody off? Remember the Washington Republicans? that would have been classic, dude.
Hey, Mike, what are you watching?
Mike,
overhauling.
How are things in Colorado, Mike?
Huh?
How are things in Colorado bait-wise?
Keep hearing rumors that they might be trying to sneak something again, but nothing concrete.
Oh, well, so what happened to your boy over at Cloudy Peak Vapes? I mean, I tried to contact him not that long ago and never answered my email.
Oh, he's dropped off the face of the planet. I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah, it's like his online store got quiet. No more. Is it Asgard's coming soon? And then
I think the last round where it came really, really fucking close, I think that kind of scared him over the edge.
Mike doesn't deal with Asgard.
Well, we know that. I mean, we already know which line he prefers. I was looking for one of the war-torn graphite, and I always go to Cloudy Peak.
Yeah.
They got the best price and the greatest service, and the guy, Andrew's fucking awesome. And
yeah, he's a kick-ass dude. I actually had dinner with him. But that was before all this shit happened. And I think the last round of states that banned vape mail really hurt him.
Yeah. That's tough.
Because
Tough
when
on
you're a one man show and your entire business is online, and you get a pretty good chunk of your customers get cut off from you.
Yeah.
New York's that's got to be a huge hit for a lot of websites.
Yeah.
That's a huge hit.
Yep, it is.
That's a. You know what? We didn't do. We don't have to do what we're vaping. That's for those others.
Why not? My table already looks like a fucking train wreck. Why don't you call it out?
Hey,
Go ahead,
you
Sam.
haven't seen my table yet. Come on now.
And go.
All right. So me first.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I got the UL Caliburn Cocoa with the cocoa with the Red's Apple Iced,
Ice.
which is fantastic in this device, by the way.
This is ice, baby.
Yes, and then I got the Hadron 220 watt with the Ragnar on top with a little bit of the I think the bottle's empty at this point, but the Jam Monster Strawberry PB&J. Thank you. And the resurrected yet previously stolen carbon the carbon.
We showed those thieves. You went and bought another one.
I had to get that shit all the way from the UK, but the carbon with the Jam Monster Blackberry.
Hey Tim, do you want to let everybody know the company that those guys were working for that stole?
Yeah, it was. Look, I thought Fletcher fell asleep there for a minute, dude. You look like you nodded out.
Who's that?
I have been up since 5 a.m., but
up.
Okay.
He's
Well,
ready.
no excuses there, buddy. 101 UK Vaping is where I got this from, and I think they still have all the colors left.
Hey, you know what? Tell everybody how you got that information.
Oh well, this is from Troncali because I about had a conniption. I came home from a festival and someone stole not only my cocoa, which you can still get locally in the U.S., but you can't find a carbon anywhere. He reached out to Davpo, and they pointed me or him to pass on a website where I could still get one. So I was able to replace my Asmodus .blank, single coil RDA, and I ended up changing it up. I had a white carbon before.
Yeah.
And I got a.
That one's better. That one looks better.
It's a lot smoother looking. It's a lot more spelt.
It's
like
more
the black and the blue mixed in together.
It's more
sexy. It's more sexy.
It's sexy. Let me give you an 8. Let me give you an 8.
sexy.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, an 8 would that would be the number 3. Yeah.
But I have to say, the Asmodus .blank is a wonderful single coil RDA. This fucker chucks.
Let's go with Mr. Mike Fletcher. What are you vaping, Mr. Fletcher? Let me guess. Death Wish Mods.
Yes. I've got Wicked Witch, and in that I've got Sick Boy Irreverence, which I need to restock on. Drinking the Guinness.
What are you drinking?
Guinness. And my Reaper stack.
The Reaper.
With what is this? The Raging Donut Remix.
Bam. Am I allowed to sell shit on this channel?
No.
I am selling this right here. Whoever's interested in a stack TVL copper mod.
So you're selling your tube on an online forum?
Yeah, I don't want it anymore.
In the Sample Box family, which it's very clear against the rules. No selling.
Shouldn't that be an 18350?
18650, and I put a build on there, and it blew my fucking mind. And I don't want to be no more.
You totally missed the shot I took.
Yeah, I heard. I just let it go by. Oh,
so what's Tom got?
Are you done? What else?
I'm just running 2 today.
All right, Mr. Brian from North Dakota.
Mr. Power.
I got a few things.
You can mean a lot of things.
I have a few things. So I'm on a cereal kick lately. It's weird.
What are you
I
vaping?
have So I have in there, which is this guy, cornflake cereal.
How do you like that? A show of hands. Who's vaped a corn flake cereal vape?
I really like them
Is
because
it the sugar?
I don't
kind of-
like any of the cereal vapes, to tell you the truth.
see, I do because
I'm done with cereals. They all taste the same.
see, I
It
like
tastes like burnt butter.
Cornflakes
Yeah.
is that one that doesn't taste like all the rest. Because
Right.
most of the cereal vapes taste like lemon. But
I vape cereals and desserts. That's what I use all the time. All the time.
Is that-
And
No, I like fruits.
is the cornflakes
Raspberry.
the one you vaping? Is that with milk and sweet?
this
corn-
one, no, not as much milk. It's a little bit more of the corny side. So, and then
You
the
make
other one,
you may continue.
the other one is TBL.
Your mom.
Yeah.
TBL.
She was awesome too, man. She tasted so
then-
great.
Should I pull my TBL stuff out?
More milk,
All right.
More
This is
milk. That's
actually-
what your mom said.
right?
Your mom said, drum roll.
No,
Lindsey, you're coming back. You're coming back on this show.
so this line actually has one that's like this. It's
Yeah.
called Experiment 1. It's actually really good too. And I get your point, Lindsay. I've seen it. I've been there too with the whole like taste factor. It's one of those things where to me it's gone away, and then you understand different flavors.
Yeah.
I had a very weird. It was like a popcorn vape was what it was, and
Popcorn? The
yeah, it
popcorn
was-
lung.
yeah, right. It was a popcorn one, and it was like a strawberry popcorn. It was weird. You
Yeah.
first dripped it, and it vaped like you just burnt your coil. And I'm like, this thing is horrendous. And I vaped it again, and that taste just went away after that. And all I could taste was the strawberry with the slight like popcorn to it.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing ever.
I mean, who came up with that concept anyway? I mean, who said let's make a popcorn flavor? I mean,
A couple of years ago, I saw a pizza flavor vape.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And, you know, which sounded really intriguing. Like I just think of like Willy Wonka and that like piece of gum, you know, that you can do the whole meal in. I'm like, oh, you can vape a whole meal. You get a salad, you get a Caesar salad, ice cream.
I've seen a McMuffin vape with bacon in there, and I'm like, I don't know.
No.
If I
Or
No.
granola. Granola is the other one.
Granola's not bad.
Granola's good. Oh no, what do you call it? Makes a great granola. That's
Granola and yogurt or whatever.
Yogi.
Yogi.
Yep.
But like pizza, spaghetti. I mean, I've seen like, you know,
Yeah,
I would like to see somebody do Big Mac sauce.
yeah. Example box
Definitely.
in those videos with those odd flavors, and where Christopher and Ian vaped some of those made flavors, and some of those flavors were just oh my god. Well, the skin one. Who the fuck?
Wet dreams.
Who
Skin?
skin? Who comes up with that? I mean,
How,
No,
what
the
flavors
one-
do you put in to make it like that?
The one that was
Is what I
worse than
want to
skin
know.
was the one called Wet Dreams.
wet dream.
No.
No,
I'm not trying to be rude, but the one that was the most provocative was Coom.
Coom. Yeah. Coom.
Yeah,
C-U-M.
Yeah.
Coom.
but that was a April Fool's.
I know, but I mean they
Those are
played that
sex
shit up.
demons.
This
They
They're sex
played that-
demons for telling
they-
people to do
yeah.
that.
They played that shit up. That was fucking Christopher was in a lab coat.
yeah. Yeah, that's the skin one I heard was really, really bad. I mean, just we all know what skin. We've all tasted our skin. That's like the last thing I want
I've
to.
never
All I think
burned.
of, honestly, all I think of is like Walking Dead and zombies.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You know.
I don't want to vape a zombie.
Yeah, no, pass.
I'll
Hard pass.
pass. A hard pass on that one.
Hey, Tommy Boy from Wisconsin, Green Bay
What?
Packer fan.
Not currently. Currently, I'm a Brewers fan.
Actually, you know what, Tom? Just to make you happy, the good old days. I'm going to play something for you. Where is it? Oh, here we go. You ready, Tom?
Sure. It's not football season. Baseball season.
Go Packs, go! You know where they
No, not yet.
Wisconsin. Technically, it's always just hunting season.
It's baseball season right now.
Yeah, he's thinking baseball.
I'm in baseball.
Are you mad that you can't go to the ballpark?
Yes.
Not
Sucks.
not that this is a sports show, but I want to get your guys' opinion. Now,
Oh God.
yeah, here we go. All right. Here in America, they're charging people a certain amount of money to put up a pop-up of themselves in the seats. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that. You guys have seen that?
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
They're charging people to like go put a picture of them on the sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Work
fat
out.
head of
A
yourself.
cardboard cutout of
Yourself.
yourself.
Is it
from, like-
more than what the seat would cost?
It's a lot less than what the seat.
Yeah, it's way less. Well, it's about $50
It started over in the UK
for the Brewers.
Yeah,
and then it came across the US.
yeah. Like the Dodgers are charging. What did Bob said? Dodgers are actually charging a pretty premium price. So
I can see that shit at Wrigley Field, but
they're
Yeah.
I don't
charging
see
like
that guaranteed rate.
$250. I think that's what Dodgers, depending where you want to be placed in the stadium.
Yeah.
Now, Japan has done a little bit different. Japan decided to put up blow-up dolls with the porn site's name on their forehead. So, which one would you rather see? A blow-up doll or a what happened to my camera? There it goes. Or a cutout picture of some person.
I'd rather see the cardboard cutout of actual person with
No.
the fan noise piped in.
The fan noise is hilarious.
No, I want to see the doll.
You talk about some ballsy advertising for Japan baseball to put up blow up dolls with the porn site's name on the freaking forehead.
Awesome.
Well,
What's going to generate more money?
The porn site is going to.
Well, if you want to know about porn sites out in Utah or a state near you,
I just
they
want to know
had-
how you have data on this. I just
Data.
just
because I
clarifying
came
that.
Of
across.
course she
well,
does. That's
At one
Lindsay.
point, okay, this is like in January this year, and some of the states, like there is a bill going through several states that if you're going to go to a porn site, there's going to be a disclaimer, kind of like the way that the vaping companies have to have the whole like whatever. But
Cigarette.
this was even worse than putting your age in. This was like, oh, porn is like detrimental to your health or whatnot. So you know what the porn sites did? They trolled people. So when they went and popped up on that site, it came up with this whole thing like, oh, hey, do you know what your government officials? Like, that's how they did their call to action.
Why not? It's got the most traffic.
I love it. I thought it was genius. That's where I'd love to go work in government relations for. It's like, dude, let me work. Let me go like talk shit to the Republicans that are whacking off in their offices to your website.
Yeah, I mean, if I was running for office or president, I would actually advertise on a porn site because I know there's traffic there.
Would you also give away? Would you do condoms like Joe Exotic?
Yeah, I would give away free condoms for a vote.
Who's gonna better protect you from the government than me?
John, if you're going for your demographic, it needs to be a free blue pill.
Yeah, anything.
Morning after pill.
I mean, you look at the statistics of the website. They show. I forget what you have to type in to get it, but they'll show you the sites that have the heaviest traffic, like Google.
Porn.
Google's number one. It's always
John's trying to top stats to Lindy. To
Yeah.
Lindsay.
I mean,
There you
Facebook in there is in the top 10, but you better believe Pornhub. I'm willing to bet Pornhub is top 20.
Well, you know that with the internet, that it was porn that showed the internet that you could make money off of it.
Mhm.
That whole shopping cart in it, like that came from porn. And and if you look at like robots, we will have robots because we will have sex robots before we have like robots that will clean our house.
Yeah,
Yep.
we would too. Oh wow.
It's necessary for procreation. It's also, what makes the world go round, literally.
Somebody eventually in the near future will have the first robot baby. It'll happen. I'm telling you. Lindsay, what are you vaping, Lindsay?
I am I've got my special pen. You know, hey, it's legal in Illinois, so I don't care about that.
That's
But
just
I've got a Novo.
Oh my god.
And I'm vaping a watermelon flavor that's mixed with like a blueberry flavor because it was getting low, so I kind of just mixed them. I'm looking at moving because I've been using like nicotine salt, so I'm looking at moving towards other, especially because I've been doing all these people's recipes, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I want to try that one and everything. So moving to different flavors, but I do not like any of the dessert flavors at all. I like fruit flavors.
fruit. Yeah, I'm
a fruit person.
It's hard not to vape fruits. I mean, a fruit. I mean, I can't. I mean, there's people that'll vape sweet stuff all day. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, I also, am I going to get yelled at if I show my jewel?
Share it.
No.
Share the jewel because I'm going to be doing some work for Jewel here.
Yeah, I got my jewel. I love the jewel. I love the jewel cucumber. And I like the way jewel hits, you know, and I think jewel is a good device to get people off of smoking, you know.
It's the device itself is actually like a really good MTL. Like
I'll say it right now. I'll admit it. Jewel is probably the best draw of anything that's out there. MTL.
Yes.
Period. There's no better draw.
And I love their cucumber.
No, wait. No, I tried that, and I've tried. No.
What is that?
The Jewel.
That's the SMPO.
I don't have a Jewel on me right now. I did, but I gave it to my son. But that draw is just it's the best. I mean,
well, and also it should be. Apparently, they changed their product
from cigarette to anything else. The Jewel has the most. It's probably the closest draw to a cigarette.
Yes.
There's just not that.
Outside of the IQOS, yes, the IQOS isn't a vaping device.
I got a K-Fun. I got 2 K-Funs there. There's no way those K-Funs even come close to what how a Jewel vapes. It just doesn't. And what is it?
I didn't use my Jewel for like the past 2 weeks. I was just using the Novo and stuff. And I went to the liquor store and I was like, you know, I'm missing my Jewel right now.
It's there. It's convenient.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put them down because they, you know, you think about. I thought about it the other day. How many people quit smoking because of the Jewel?
I can because of the nicotine content in the liquid.
A lot of people because it was just like they hit that Jewel and they were just like because we're all right now on this panel. We're all direct lung. All of us are direct lung vapors. But we switch off. Tim's got a couple of mouth to lung. I know Mike does, and Brian does. I know Tom does, and I'm sure you do as well. Well, you do actually. But we all have at least 1 or 2, or some of us 3 or 4 NPLs. You know, it's just and that product to me was Jewel was the product that that used to be. I can't remember the name of it, but remember the cute Cigalites that they used to sell. Well, blue.
Yeah. Or Enjoy.
I have been in line at a 7-Eleven or whatever it was, and I've seen people in front of me at the last minute say, "You know what? Let me try that Jewel." You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about because I mean that's the guy that maybe he never smokes ever again. You know, and he wasn't going to be the guy that let's say to me looking at that guy, he wasn't the guy that was going to walk into a vape shop. You know what I mean? He wasn't that guy, and I think
can't blame him.
Yeah, and I think if it wasn't for Jewel, that guy wasn't going to make the switch at that last minute, standing in that line at that gas station.
Well, that's what I really hate. That Jewel kind of got like pushed off when doing the flavors, like so the disposables. What I've seen a lot with disposables, I saw with my little brother. My little brother's never smoked cigarettes until like when I hung out with him and we were drinking, and that's when like I'll start smoking way more cigarettes than normal and everything. But he went out and just bought the disposable for like the drinking, and that's where I'm really upset with Jewel because I think Jewel was there to actually kind of transition to smoker. And I've always told people when I'm in a C-store that I'm like, when they're like, oh, does this help you quit smoking? I'm like, absolutely it does, but you should obviously like try it. If you like the idea of this newfangled device, go to a vape shop where they're going to tell you more about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
be a dick first. Walk in there being a dick because they're going to be a dick to you, so be a dick back at them.
I was on the live stream with you and your brother that one night when you're hanging out with them.
I mean, did they have? They had poor sales advertisement. Of course, I'm not gonna say they didn't market their product incorrectly. They did. They market their product incorrectly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, would Jewel be Jewel today? I mean, that's the question you need to ask yourself. Would Jewel be what they are today if they hadn't have marketed the way they did, or if they would have stayed with the market as selling it as that device that's going to help you, like guys in their 30s and 40s, quit smoking? Do you think they would have
into C stores?
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing to me. That's exactly. I mean, how many when Juul first came out? There's no fucking vape shop that you walked into that had a Juul.
There's still not vape shops that have a Juul, okay? Or if they do, they do it begrudgingly, okay?
Right. I mean, you were going to get that Juul if you were at 7-Eleven, some Quick Stop, AM PMs. I don't know what Wow, whatever they were.
Yeah.
That was where you were going to see that product. You weren't going to walk into a vape shop and see a Juul. I mean, there are some vape shops now that sell them, but I don't know. I'm not sure too much anymore. I mean,
No, there's one here that sells them, but that's because he's a money grubbing prick.
Yeah.
But Juul doesn't even give you that much money for selling them either. It's not even like really worthwhile of you carrying them, from what I understand.
Yeah, the return is pretty bad. I mean,
no, this is the type of vape shop owner. He sells the freebie shit that the vendors send him.
Yeah, there's a couple shops I've been into. I did a little thing. Was it last year? I was gonna actually do the video on YouTube on Zamblebox, but I never did it. It was me going to, I think it was a total of 20 different vape shops in Northern California, and I just filmed the inside, the customers and stuff like that. But I never put it together. But there was no Juul talk in there. There was no MTL talk, period, which kind of blew me away in some of the shops because. But we talked about this. I mean, there's a whole different breed of vapor that's out there today than the breed that was me 9 years
ago. 2016. Well, even in 2016, there's a different breed of vapor. I mean, you didn't have pod systems, besides Juul at that point. Like salt liquids where,
salts.
Well, even pods. I mean, I remember because I got started in there and I was just a cigarette smoker. So everybody was trying to convert me. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that open system. That's like just way too much work for me. It's like having a car. I have a vagina. I'm not going through and changing everything on this.
Oh, yeah. I should have played the oh, yeah, but I didn't. This is the
How
other,
I feel.
The other there wasn't just, you're right, though. There wasn't the mouth to lung, but also, or like the Juul or the pod system, but also the mouth to lung people back in 2016. And you tell me if I'm wrong. That was a high end line. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's the guy that was buying the. I got to turn around and look at stuff, but that was.
They were making the slimmer.
But
they were making the slimmer open systems, but you still had to go change your coil and everything, and then you could modify it.
But you were talking going into a. I'm trying to go back in my mind here, but you were talking going from a $30 RDA to a $100+ RTA, and the same thing applied with the RTAs. You went from a $25 RTA. If you were a mouth to lung guy, you went from. That was the direct lung was $25 to $35, $40 to if you went to MTL, you were in the K Fund, you were in the I can't get some of the other names out of my mind. I'm on my fourth glass of wine, but you were high dollar. Basically, the MTL the group of individuals that were quitting smoking, that was the high end, and you didn't have like we have today. You have pretty affordable MTL devices that are out there.
The vapors, actually, it's funny because you can actually, some of the state studies do break down the income, and you're like, oh, they're former smokers, so they're going to be like poor. They're not. And like the one, I think it was like Mississippi or something that I saw it, and I was kind of amazed. I was like, wow, the biggest part of vapors in the study were like they made $75,000. I was like, wow, this is like fucked up my argument right here.
Right.
Do you have a statistic on your site that actually breaks down what a average vapor spends a month on e-juice or
No.
actual the whole?
Liquid.
Oh wait, let me give myself
That's number 12.
no, but actually because that I think should be one of the.
I don't have that on my site, but I did put it. I know I put it on AVA's site because it was in one of the studies, but it came from the UK, and all they did they compared it to NRT.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't so much how they spent; it was how much less than they spent than what they would be spending on
that's
cigarettes.
the breakdown. That's always the breakdown. How much less that you're spending than smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
But
But I've seen in like a study, like I've seen a couple studies of like how much like milligrams people usually vape a month.
Yeah,
And
we do that ourselves on our page. We have a breakdown of what the
or
average.
milliliters they vape, not milligrams, milliliters they vape a month, and it's not that much actually when you actually break it down. I mean, nobody's even going through the baby ones, the 15 milliliter bottles.
Well,
Well, maybe that kid in school who's sharing it with all of his fucking friends, and someone's got to have a charger to keep their device, but
we talked about that one, not Tim. The kid that's spending, which makes me laugh. It's the kid that's buying the Juul and has a two Juul cartridge a day habit.
If I was in high school, I would totally be buying Juuls and selling it.
That's what he's got.
Well, that's what I had heard anyway. That a lot of them are just selling the universal pods filled with whatever for like $5 a pop or something like that.
Dude,
But
fuck that! I'd sell a Juul pod for like $20 a pod.
Right.
Like, here, kid, I got your mango.
I think we did it on our page. I think Zampa Box members. I think we averaged. I think the top was 30. I think it was 30 mils, which is kind of high to me. I still can't believe it was that high, but on average of 30 mils a day. I'm about 10 unless it's this show. Then I'm like, if I'm doing Wednesdays, then I'm vaping a little more than normal. But usually I'm between 10 and 12 mils a day. That's about it. And I know some of these other guys are, I don't know. Brian, what are you vaping a day? Do you know?
It's usually about a half of 30, and then I use my pods more often though too, depending on where I am.
So probably like 20 mils a day.
Roughly,
yeah.
15-ish, 20, yeah.
I'm gonna look at this Safada survey that I got going on right now and see what was the highest that we got. I'm gonna download it real quick so I can manipulate.
Okay, don't crash your computer or crash putting stats together for us, okay?
Dude, I've been putting PMTAs together on my computer. I highly doubt that like stats are gonna crash it.
Tom, what are you doing today?
I sleep and then I wake up and I do stuff.
No, don't make. I'm gonna hit something. No, I won't use the sound effect. What are you? I'm saving that one. What are you vaping a day? Because you go through direct lung to mouth and lung as well during the day. On a work day, let me say work day.
There you go. I was gonna say there's two different there. Yeah,
because you're up late.
On a normal work day, about 10 mil.
10 mils. How about you, Mike? How much cloudage are you putting in the customer's house when you walk in there?
He's going through more than we are.
I know Mike is, but he's all
I'm probably going through more than all of you combined in a day.
60 to 100 mils.
Well, look what he vapes.
Yeah, I if I'm running, if I'm primarily doing single tube that week, maybe 60 to 80 mil. If I'm primarily doing series, then
120-ish.
120 easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
A day?
Yep.
No, a week.
A week.
A week, yeah. So a day breakdown and divide by 7.
Yeah, but I usually run 2 mods a day, and I've usually got either a couple of 60s or a couple of hundreds on me. And if I use the same mods all week, both those bottles will be dry by after 7 days.
He's still between that 15 and 20 mark a day.
Right.
But I with my job, I drive from work site to work site, so
apparently not in Towns area.
Fuck. Fucking
I'm vaping all day long
Robin
unless
didn't
I'm
ask
in a site.
actually the milliliter, but I can tell you the nicotine level went down. The level of nicotine when they first started vaping right now is like 14.38, and what they're vaping now is 5.23.
not bad stuff, guys. Oh wait, is it gonna come in?
And my average age, hold on, I gotta change this again. I've got like a 70 side. I think I got an 80-year-old on here actually.
Oh, I didn't.
That was pretty cool.
We're
I
all
thought it was pretty cool.
we're all right.
But yeah, my average age was 46.59.
Yeah, we're all 3 mils, right? 3 megs milligram.
Yeah.
We're all threes. Brian, or
Not me. I'm not 3. I've got like a 50 going on right now.
before I go into Tim, but what is your mouth to lung? Your
Me?
Yeah. What milligram?
I use 50 in my MTLs,
50s.
and I use 3 in my everything else.
Tom.
My free base is 3. My Nick sauce is it's usually 50.
Yeah. Tom, what are
Depending
you?
on the day, it could be like 20.
Shut up, Brian. Tom, what are yours? 3 and what? 25.
Three free base, nothing higher than 25 salt. I will run 18 free base in my pods if I can find it.
Yeah. And about you, Mike?
3 free base and 10 on Nick Salt.
10 on. Where are you getting 10?
Canada.
That's what I was gonna say. You're
Fucking Canucks.
You Canuck. I mean, he's in Colorado. You're waiting a long time to get that shit, man.
He's smuggling that shit across the border. That's what he's doing.
The guy
even go there because of COVID. So
the guy behind Death Wish has a juice line, thick oil, and he came out with a Nick Salt line, and it goes all the way down to 10 milligram.
10
okay.
That's nice, though. Hey, Tim, what are yours, Tim?
24 or 25 on the Caliburn on the MTL, but that's just a filler.
Yeah.
And then 3 or 6 on any of the other devices.
Oh,
It varies.
You still do some 6, huh?
Yeah, I have some 6 Jam Monster up there, but I got a bunch of 3s too.
And how about you, Lindsay? Who's coughing?
Not me.
I got the COVID.
She got COVID.
God nowhere.
Still pizza.
What was the question?
What are you 2 milligrams? You're doing mouth to lung, and you're doing.
How many milligrams of COVID do you have? That's what we were wanting to know. No,
I've got I've been doing like the 50 Nick salts,
Are
man.
you in the 50s too as well, aren't you?
50 and 25, but I can tell you the truth, like I don't really notice a difference.
You don't notice the smoother hit with the salts?
No, not between them. No, not really.
That's like the first thing I picked up on was how smooth Nick salts are. Almost dangerously smooth. except for I don't know, maybe you guys have noticed, but like fruits are a little smoother on the salts, but the sweet stuff I have a little bit of a hard time with the 25s and 50s with the
last time I used 50 was on the eBay unit, and you're pretty much locked into what you can buy. But but I've been doing 24s and 25s on all the open systems. Yeah. And I don't know, something about this. It's a flavor beast.
Yeah. They got good coils. I give them that. You know what? That took over the spot of the Mi 1. Because the Mi 1's coils were just superb. They lasted a long time. They were perfect. They were spot on flavors. I don't know who owned the Mi 1.
I've still got one.
Yeah.
I still have a few.
Yeah,
I've still got some of the original coils I bought with it a year ago.
Oh yeah, the original coils were spot on, and those fucking things just lasted forever, man. And I don't know what happened. Man. I think they got. I don't know. I don't want to say, but it just like they became like the rock stars of vaping. You know what I'm saying? Like Mi 1 just became like, you know what I mean? It just became like the brand everybody had to have before all the other brands were out there as far as pods, right? I mean, they were kind of the founding fathers of pods, really, if you think about it. The popular pods, that everybody had to have.
Well, it didn't
Well-
help that every reviewer was pushing them like shit too.
They were selling those things like crazy.
Yeah, but I think that was naivety, though. I mean, I think everyone just thought it was like everything else that was coming out. And
Yeah.
they couldn't have projected what was going to be a cause of anything.
And they were smart because they personalized and they made them unique. They made them different. They, they had some with leather, some, that were made out of fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a blue leather one.
Yeah, blue leather. I have brown one. I have a white leather one. I have a couple of them that it just like. But that first batch of coils, that were the original coils. Well, that's happened with all of them. I mean, it's happened with UL. It's happened with freaking
Smoke.
I was gonna say smoke, but yeah, smoke puts out the great coil in the package.
Best coil on the planet.
Just be happy you got that first coil.
If you're lucky enough to own a smoke, you're fortunate.
After that, you get 5 hits in, and God damn it, it's burnt.
Let me ask you a question, Lindsay. How much? I don't know how you would put it, but how much are you involved with the companies at all, as far as hardware? I'm sorry, at all? Any at all? No, nothing at all.
Not yet. I did have one guy ask me to help him with this PMTA, but I was like, I don't know how to do that. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never really looked into what the requirements are for the hardware part of it, but I'm sure if it's the FDA, it's going to be pretty. I mean,
So like the e-liquid companies.
what do they have to prove? I mean, it's a pretty simple device when you break it down. I mean, it's
Yep,
just
they have to do their testing.
because they're required already in the U.S. to have the seal, what is it called on the bottom of that thing? What is that thing? I forget what it's called. The CE symbol. So I forget who that is referring to, but it has to pass a safety standard to be a product in the USA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
consumer electronics certification or some shit like that.
So obviously we already know they have that certificate because obviously it wouldn't be a product in the US if it didn't, correct? I mean, that's as far as I know. So
I highly doubt that one.
yeah,
I mean, Chinese companies that are, I mean, I've got like LinkedIn, for example. You don't even want to know like some of these like Chinese people that are at some fake place over there, like trying to be my LinkedIn friend.
I've given up. I deal with a lot of Chinese companies, and I've given up on the email parts. I told them just Skype me because I can't.
Dude,
I can't.
oh,
read
not even that. They're all frauds. I mean, half of them are frauds. And I mean, but you are talking. I mean, like when it comes to like, I don't believe that there could ever be an actual like a vape mail ban because fentanyl is still shipped into America from China.
Yep. Well,
You can make a designer drug if you wanted to online, and you get all USPS, nor rain or sleet nor gloom or anything. Well, stop them from delivering it to you.
Well, that's what makes me think. It's like, okay, what did Atmos, whatever their fucking name is, what did they have to prove to the FDA to qualify as a harm reduction product? And what's different between their product and say this product? Or
they just had to have enough zeros on the check they wrote.
It's exactly it. That's
IQOS?
Yeah, IQOS, because they got certified. I mean, they're the first fucking product certified for.
No, they're not the first. They don't have. They're not the first MRTP.
Well, who's first?
It's a Swedish match, I want to say.
Well, U.S. sales.
Yep.
Oh wow! I thought they were the first as far as U.S. sales.
FDA last year. Yeah, it was Swedish. I can post it. FDA grants first ever modified risk orders to 8 smokeless tobacco products.
Okay, so so those two companies technically can say in their advertisement harm reduction.
Well, yeah, Swedish match as snus.
Is that you, Mike?
Yeah, my neighbor. I'm sitting on my front porch, and my neighbor who's got a little fart can Fiesta.
Oh, I was wondering what the hell that noise was. I was like, "Is there a demon in here? What? There's a little demon in here." Yeah. So I mean, but what? I mean, it's just to me, it doesn't make any sense because what is it? What? I mean, maybe I need to read it, but
Well, snus is kind of like when you want to look at like a newer tobacco product
yeah,
that was a reduced harm product. That snus is like the best example. Especially if you go look at like the EU has banned snus in every other country but Sweden. And a lot of like the big guys, like I know Radu always used that for his, if you look at like Swedish men, have the highest rates of tobacco use, but most of it comes from snus, and they've got like the lowest rates of like lung cancer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, I need to look into that because I don't understand what the difference is between the products as far as what they do because they both basically do the same thing. They heat a coil. I mean,
No, snus is not. Snus is all smokeless tobacco.
it's smokeless tobacco.
Yeah, snus is like
It's a little pouch.
It's a little
yeah. The best way is like the I mean, I remember like in 2007 Camel
It's like the
had it.
snus. It's like snus.
Snus.
The Camel snus packets.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I remember those. Oh wow.
That was your first one, and then the IQOS didn't really get an MRTP. They kind of got a.
And thank you for coming
clause.
and joining us, Tom. Did you have to take? Did you wash your hands?
Hey, when you got to drop a deuce, you got to drop a deuce.
That's why I said, did you wash your hands?
Of course.
Guys, though, I have to get going. My boyfriend.
No problem, Lindsay.
You can probably see him walking behind me, like,
You've been a great guest.
What's going on?
You're absolutely welcome back anytime. We love you. Have to come back.
Hell yeah.
It's great. And
tell people to do their PMTAs.
Do your goddamn PMTAs, or Lindsay's going to come over there and beat your ass.
Do like the old school boxer stance.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to join the sports thing, let Brian know. We'll bring you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a little too late to join.
I'm wearing my Lions jersey.
You're a little too late to win that, but maybe we'll make an exception and let you in. Fantasy football, that's the winner. That's what the winner's getting on our fantasy football. It's the ring.
If you wear the Lions jersey, then I'm going to wear this.
If you
earn that,
hey Brian, could we? If she comes on, we can because we haven't done the draft yet. We can actually add her if she wants to be part of.
We could. I'm sure we could.
If you want to be part of the fantasy football thing,
it's just something fun we do. You can earn that ring, and we can actually bring that to the Midwest.
The ring is officially not leaving that house because I will be.
I get all the photo ops I want with it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm planning on buying a very big fucking necklace and just hanging it right
here. That's awesome.
I am Italian, so I do like a lot of gold.
Bling bling.
But hey, Lindsay, thank you again for joining the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome back anytime. If you get some updates on the web page, come on. We'd love to hear what you got, your statistics and stuff like that.
And you are going to DC?
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah,
I gotta go speak at it. I'm literally just gonna be doing because they wanted me to talk about the PFTA, and I'm like, well, Shar did most of this work, so I made Shar. She's gonna be on the stage with me, and I'm pretty much just gonna be like, go Shar, rah rah rah.
Yeah. I know that we talked a little bit, and I do plan on going down there. I'm figuring out other details in the mix, but I plan on being there. I'm going to create a shirt that says Wednesday Night Live on it. So
yeah, I'm planning.
So you were talking about Kara too, right?
Yep.
I'm going to try.
Is that for sure yet? Do you need help with that?
I don't know yet. We're working on it.
Because she can crash with me and everything. So
It would be nice if all the Wednesday night hosts would show up.
Yeah. I'll have our own t-shirts.
Tim's just a fucking car ride away.
Yeah. So why don't you go in, Tim?
I never said I wasn't. Where'd you guys?
That's my man.
Why are you going to put words in my mouth there, Mr. Power?
So what you're saying is that we should meet up. I should just crash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tim, where do you live?
I live in Atlanta. Well, outside of Atlanta, about 40 minutes to the northeast.
Yeah, closer to Shop.
I'm in Beaufort.
Beaufort.
My town's named after a big fucking dog. I
They
have
must,
no idea.
they must love your hair down there.
Say it. Say it.
I stick out in this town. Let's just put it
You
that
don't
way.
say.
Just a little bit.
My nickname is Ponytail.
Pony boy. Pony boy. Pony boy.
At least it's not pigtails.
You're right.
Yeah, we still need. We got to see the puff buns.
At least they don't say you got a pretty mouth.
If you sure do got a pretty mouth.
So,
There, Pony
so
boy.
so what Lindsay is saying, when you go to the rally, you need one big bun going up so we know exactly where you are.
No, I'm coming in. I'm coming in locks, flashing.
Oh, come on, Tim. Just
He
don't
went
listen to any of them, Tim. Just do one.
I'm not
big
going to come in all fucking GQ proper or whatever. I'm not coming. I'm coming in Momoa. That's how I'm coming in.
You know, you're coming from one of those quarantine states, right?
No, we're not quarantined here.
No.
No, to DC you are.
Well, does that mean I got to be locked down for 14 days?
Apparently.
Yeah, Tim's coming in like
Oh heck!
Tim's coming in like this right here.
Hello, California! You are crazy! We are scorpions! Rock you like a hurricane!
He's gonna run like this, and his hair is just gonna be like streaked backwards so fast.
He needs to walk. He needs to walk like Joe Dirt did. You know.
Oh, God. Well,
I don't have a flat bill or a beard. I'm going to be so out of place.
You don't have a dog. You have a
Hey.
dog.
Wait, you didn't go to the rally last year? You're gonna be in the perfect place.
All right. Well, no, I'm sure I'll fit in somehow.
Well, first of all, you do have time to grow some sort of a beard before you go.
Dude, I
Yeah,
can't
that's the
grow.
only
I'm
thing you would be
blonde.
out
I
of place
can't
with
grow
no
a beard.
I
You
can
can't.
grow a beard, but I like Santa
My
Claus.
beard is like the Technicolor Dream Coat. You can't even fucking see it.
Yeah. Mine would be, I'd look like Santa Claus if I grew a beard. People would want to sit on my lap and shit. That ain't happening.
Well, actually,
I'm not
last
sitting on
year
your
this
lap,
year,
you
'cause
fucking weirdo.
It was November last year, super cold.
Yeah.
That was totally uncalled for.
Okay, so that's not cold there. Come on now.
All right.
Like here it gets like negative 70. That's like shorts weather to us there.
Lindsay, you know what happens when you get. Look at Tom. Tom's like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
You need to hear
Give a fuck ran out like an hour.
Tom's like, I don't even know why I'm still on this live right now.
Tom's looking at a fucking cheese catalog.
Lynn, your mama. No.
Tom's on Gun Hub right now.
He's on GoudaPorn.com.
He's trying to find ammo for November because it's all out.
Time out. Mike, did you say Gouda porn?
Yes, I did.
He's on Gouda Hub.
Yeah, he did. He went there.
I don't know if I'm going to go to Gouda porn.
Who else is gonna fucking go there but me?
It's like Wisconsin porn.
Right?
Well, you need to hear the end of our show song before you go, so you can get a good laugh out of it.
All right, everyone laugh.
Everybody be quiet. So Lindsay,
Everyone laugh. Cue the laugh.
Come on.
you'll know what it's from.
Yeah. It's me, Jackie Murray. Give me that look. That's right.
Let's get that talk sweaty.
I'm talking rainforest. I'm talking swamp sweat.
That is our
I
song.
did not pick this one.
Everybody knows what that song is from.
This came from the California Italian.
Jackie Moon singing that song. Jackie Moon. Well, Lindsay,
Yep.
again, thank you. We appreciate you.
Guys.
It was awesome. You are welcome back.
Sorry I can't hang out longer.
You are.
Oh, we're all going to bed at this point.
We're
Yeah.
already way over our show.
Yeah, I'm the only one where me and Mike are the only two that are actually, each an hour. What are you, 10, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm 10, 9:17.
Past
I'm
my
11
bedtime.
I'm at 11:30.
All right, thank you
Poor
again,
Tim, he's the one who's ahead of all of us.
everybody.
Well,
Thank Lindsay.
that's right.
Everybody,
All y'all are youngin'.
thank
I'll
Lindsay.
give you the lottery numbers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody in the panel, please thanks Lindsay for being here. Brian,
Thank you.
In here,
No.
Lindsay.
Thank you guys.
Tom.
for setting us up, Brian.
Yeah,
Appreciate it anytime.
you're back anytime you want. Let Brian know. If you're on Facebook, John Trincali at Facebook.com. That's where I'm on. If you
Plug. What?
it's my personal page. I'm not. How am I plugging myself? Your mom.
John plugs himself every night.
Hey, I gotta pay for stuff.
I hope
But
it's big enough.
Lindsay, awesome. We love you. Thank you for coming on, and you absolutely
talk-
welcome back
we'll-
anytime.
Yeah, we'll talk more, Lindsay.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
Good night,
Take
Lindsay.
Night all.
Good night, John Paul. What is that from the wall?
Wait, are we supposed to have a follow-up meeting at this point or no?
Alive, John.
No. We're gonna do our goodbyes, and
Bye.
I'm gonna fuck with everybody, and Tom's gonna go first, so he can't copy anybody. Tom, go. Say your goodbyes, Tommy.
Bye.
No, come on, Tom. You're my number 2 co-host.
That's
You
all I
gotta
got
start
right
writing-
now.
You got to start writing this shit down. You got a whole week.
Yeah, your point.
All
Hey,
right.
I can go first if you want. That's fine.
He
All right.
wrote down "bye" 5 days ago.
All right, go, Brian.
Yeah. All right. So people are going to copy me, which is fine. We want to thank everyone who was a part of the
Nobody-
CASAA.
Nobody's
Donate.
going to copy you.
We want to thank Lindsay for being on, which we already did.
Tim's
We want to thoroughly thank everybody who watches us and keep watching us. And we are going to try to do our best to keep getting other people on and just having fun with it.
yes. Bravo.
Well said.
Tom H. Hit us, Tom. Come on, Tommy. You got something. Bring it, Tom.
Now we can say what Brian said.
Tom.
Tom's like, fuck everyone.
Deep.
I got none left.
Dick
0.
Thank some people. You have some people to thank.
He doesn't even do heart symbols anymore. He just said 0. 0 fucks right now.
Tom would like to thank everybody that joined the giveaway, right, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
And
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Hey, Mike.
thanks for signing up for CASAA.
Oh, yeah.
Totally free.
Mike?
Tommy boy. Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike. Rebuttal, Mike. Rebuttal. Mike's gonna fly a drone over your house and drop something over your home.
I have a shotgun.
It's called munitions, Tom.
Yeah. You haven't
Glitter
been,
bomb.
you haven't been here in a while, but would you like to say your goodbyes and thank yous or anything like that? You can. This is your chance. Plug something. Go.
Everything they just said, I'm here occasionally, and I'm just here for inappropriate comic relief.
He has a valid point right there.
Appreciate you, Mike Fletcher.
Mike Fletcher, people. That's every Colorado native. Dead Wish Mod sponsored. And he'll vape whatever the fuck he wants to vape because that's the way he rolls.
Don't question him.
Don't question his authority.
You respect my authority.
I finished a bottle of wine. That could be trouble, guys.
Wait a minute. So wait, did I get to say my goodbyes yet?
Wait. The scholar, the man himself, not Sebastian, but Tim Swift, the rock legend, the Facebook.
I don't want to endorse this particular bottle of wine because
Put it closer.
after you've had a couple glasses, it tastes like every other bottle of wine you'll ever drink.
Put it closer to the top.
Isn't that like every wine?
Tim, time
Exactly.
out. Tim, would you please put the bottle closer to the camera so people can see it.
Sure.
There you go.
It's Apothic Crush.
That's actually good wine, people.
It is. It's very. It's not too sweet. It's kind of fruity.
It's fruity.
Yeah, and it's not dry. So I mean,
it's not.
you could drink a whole bottle easily by yourself.
It's not peppery.
Fermented grape juice.
That's good.
Exactly.
Now our scholar will continue with.
I think in prison we call that hooch, Tom.
Probably. Wouldn't know. Never been.
But being that none of us are in prison, you got. Sorry, you guys should have just seen what I saw on my computer. But I digress. And I'm not. I'm on Facebook Hub, of all places.
Liar, you're on Gouda Hub.
Yeah, he's on Good Hub.
I'm sorry. That's so fucking funny, dude. I know.
No, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who took part in the contest and the giveaway. Thank you for being selfless and giving something to CASAA, which is a wonderful organization that benefits us all because it's a community and it's for everyone. And then beyond that, I'm still endorsing on PlayStation 4. Get to go to Tsushima, some sushi
Something.
motherfucking game.
Hell yeah.
That game rocks. Anyway,
Promote that screen name, Tim. Go.
what?
Promote that screen name.
Screen name? Swifty Rocks?
No, you said
Your
you're
gamer tag.
your gamer.
Oh, my gamer tag is Sinister, and I already posted it, but I'll
That's
post
right.
it again.
Follow Tim, man.
Join Sinister. Sometimes I stream. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
At any rate,
You
thank you to the Zample Box family. Thank you for being part of our mission here and listening to our message. Vape on, vape strong,
We come on,
rock hard.
all of us together. Ready? On 3, we vape, we vote. 1, 2, 3. We vape,
We vote.
Yeah, that.
God, that was horrible. Fuck.
Yeah, well, Mike joined in.
Well,
so-
because the only people that are going to hear that is us, not the people that matter.
See
All
if-
right, my turn. What Tim said.
See? It works.
I'm kidding. Thank you, everybody that took the time to donate $10 and more to CASAA. It's an important organization. I said it before. I understand that a lot of you, the times are tight, things are hard. So that's what she said.
Not to you.
I'm sorry, that wine's kicking in, guys. It takes a bottle to get me drunk, but I'm there. Go to CASAA, sign up, guys. Pay attention to your emails. Open them, please, guys. Open those emails. There's a reason why they track those guys. They want to see that their effort is going
They're
somewhere.
stalking you.
Open them, pay attention to them. And again, like I said, we said it before, CASAA is us. So take the time to, pay attention to what's going on in your local cities, in your states. If it's something you think that CASAA should know about, let them know. Email them. Let them know what's going on. Pay attention to that stuff. It's really important. Again, thank you to all the people that donated. I am seeing the winners list. I'm very happy. The people that won there, it's just great. Thank you to Dennis. I mean, that was awesome. He went ahead and what is the term again, guys? I forgot it.
Piffed it.
He piffed it. That's right. He piffed the giveaway. That's awesome. And what else?
We'll post the winners either probably tomorrow and how to contact whoever for the prizes.
And
contact any one of us. Be fine.
yeah, contact us. And also,
Well, for one of the prizes, they kind of have to. So.
Yeah. Also, we're going to start using this down here. You see down here. If you guys have any questions for the Wednesday Night Live Show, you can email them to that right there, Wednesday Night Live Show at gmail.com. We'll answer those questions for you guys. We'll help you guys in any way we can. Next Wednesday, I hopefully will have it completely figured out. But for those people, I figured, okay, if these people are too shy to get on camera, I figured I will give them an opportunity to make a phone call. So we'll be taking live phone calls. Please be, what is that? Please be, what is that? Please be respectful.
That's me. Sorry.
No problem. Please be respectful. Don't call to make jokes or whatever. This, the number.
That's my job.
Yeah. The phone number is going to be for member spotlights for those individuals that are afraid to be in front of the camera, that still want to tell their stories. So I figured, why not do it in a phone call way, so you guys can call the show, do your member spotlight. We're going to do that. We're going to add that for next week's show, and also here bonus. If you don't want to do the phone call, please email Wednesday Night Live Show. Tell us your story.
Email it, and we'll read it.
We'll
fine.
read it. We'll read it because that's what this whole show is about. This is what I wanted this whole show to be about: is helping us, the vapors, keep our choices, keep help each other. Because we all have gone through it. There's none of us here that have smoked that haven't had urges, and we've all had our tricks. So it's a great way for us to share some information with each other on tricks and little things that we did to keep ourselves from smoking a cigarette. So you'll have 3 ways now, 3 ways to contact the show. You can either come on live, which we prefer. You can, we won't make fun of you. I promise. Tim will not correct your grammar.
Nope.
Tom will bust your balls. Brian will. Well, Tom may bust your balls, but yeah. But you'll be able to email. You'll be able to do the live, email us, or call us, guys. And you can't. I can't make it any easier than that. Am I right, guys? I mean, there's 3 ways to get on the show.
You're right.
3 ways to get on there. Email us. We'll read those. You can call us. We'll put you on, or you can fucking come on live and show us your face and tell us your story. That's what this whole show is all about. That's it. Anything? I hear bottles, dude. Who's fucking hammering shit, dude? All right, let's salute to the best. I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck it. I don't care who's watching. The best fucking vape show on on YouTube, on Facebook.
It is.
That's it. I mean, no bullshit. We're not selling nothing. We're selling facts. We're selling stories. We're telling the truth. No bullshit. No fucking sponsors. Nothing. Salute.
Salute.
Well, if I get a few more in me, I'll be selling myself.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no stripping on the show.
Actually, I don't need a few more. I'll just sell myself anyways. I'm cheap.
Mike will be available on Craigslist, Colorado. Colorado Craigslist. He will come
And
No.
marketplace.
Fans only.
Yeah.
So do you give people money to sell yourself then, or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I pay people. I pay.
He pays me to take him.
He
That's
pays for the airline.
Okay,
Exactly.
before we go off the rails, let's end the
Tom, anything else you want to add? Anything you got in your mind?
voice of reason.
Tom, admit it. You missed me, Tom. Admit it.
All right, Tom, before we go, I know this is sports talk, but Tom, give me your prediction on the Brewers.
I don't know.
Honest prediction. I can give you mine.
It's too early to tell.
Last place.
No.
Any of you guys sports? I know Mike isn't, but I know you.
I don't give a shit about baseball. So
That's right. Vape on, vape strong, and at the end
See you next week.
we have to play the Jackie Moon song because we're all rock stars.
Yeah. It's me.
Let's all get bathtub sweaty.
Give me that look.
See, me and Tim know the move.
That's right. I'm talking rain.
The best vape show ever. Period.
Let's feel the bathtub.
Let's get bathtub sweaty. All right, guys. I love you guys.
good night.
Peace out.
Peace out. Later.
You can stay on.